All right, here we go. We're live again. Can you believe it? On a Sunday of all days. Just booting up the other computer, getting everything logged in. We are ready to go, though. And I want to thank you all again that tuned in on a Sunday evening. Thank you for being here. So I completely forgot to boot up the computer next to me here. So I will be reading your chats, but give me a second to get that logged in. What I do normally is I have everything monitoring here, the cameras, the CPU, everything I can see above me. Then in front of me is the show. Then over here is your super chats and donations and all of that. So forgot to boot that up. We're going to get that fixed. I just got ahead of myself a little bit tonight. And it's Sunday, so we've never done a Sunday stream before. I think this is the very first one. We're going to talk about whether 40 to 80 is a long time as just a well thought out meme, or whether there's some truth behind it. Should be an interesting show. I think you know the answer, most of you here, but for those of you that don't know, 40 to 80 is probably indeed a very long time, and statistics are starting to show that now. And if you've watched Pop for any amount of time, you've seen their box wine and Catland. But we'll just go ahead and show you. This is what 40 to 80 looks like for most ladies now. What is it? 51% of women projected in 2030 to be single and childless now. Pretty high statistic. That makes it women that are single and childless in 2030 a majority, by the way. So here you go. So there you go. There's your plug. By the way, redonkulous.com. If you haven't checked them out already, please do so. Blake and Pop over there doing great things for men. And I believe they now have a fat Blake. And, of course, they have Jimmy Bones. So go check them out if you haven't already. Most of you watching this show have. But if you're new here in this space, redonkulous.com. If you're new in this space as well, redpillrhino.com. Where you can find links to Rumble, MGTOW.TV, YouTube, and I believe Twitch, although we don't stream there right now. Maybe in the future. Just depends on how things go. But for now, Twitch is on the back burner. We picked MGTOW over Twitch. Also, if you want to donate to the show, there's that thing right there. You can just put your phone on that, and that sends you a direct link for Cash App donations. And on redpillrhino.com as well, you can find the PayPal and Cash App link. Of course, as always, you can super chat us on MGTOW.TV, Rumble, or YouTube, and we will read your comments on air live. I believe we're logged into everything now, so I have I'm trying to keep my language cleaner now. Although we said some questionable things in the last stream, and they kept us monetized. I'm quite shocked. So we said several questionable things, not only some slurs, but we brought up some jab information, if you catch my drift, and they kept us monetized. So that's good, I guess. We're about to get banned again for another week or so. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But when it comes to single mothers and women in general that are now hitting the wall, heading towards 40, they want to remind you that that's okay, and there's no consequences still, even that late in the game. Let's take a look. We've got a panel as well, but let's take a look at what the hell I'm talking about. What do you mean? Is it okay to be over 40 as a woman? You can still just go out there and get whoever you want? Is that how it works? Well, let's find out from definitely not a post-wall woman. Definitely not post-wall at all. Let's see what she has to say.
Did you just do a YouTube search for single after 40? Or let's say dating after 40, and you saw a whole list of videos telling you what you're doing wrong? I'm here to say that's bullshit. There's nothing wrong with it.
Is it now?
Stick around. Let's talk
We
about
shall
it.
see.
I'm 46 years old and living my best life. And it did not come easy. It didn't just happen. I'm here to share my experiences with you so you can live your best life too.
Best life. You know what best life is keywords for? It's coping. Best life. I'm living my best life. Well, let's continue, shall we? Let's see what she has to say. And then we'll get to the panel. I want their reactions to this, but I want to get through this portion first.
So whenever I was putting some things together for the channel, I did a YouTube search for single after 40, those exact words. And I came up with, there's video after video, this list that never ended of videos of what's wrong with me, why I'm still single after 40, what I'm doing wrong,
it couldn't possibly be BMI to start with. Or the loud masculine attitude already. Those probably aren't your problems. Ladies, listen to her. She's definitely going to help you. Oh, her. I'm sorry. We still got to do this backwards thing. Her, over here, on this side. Not this side. This side. Listen to her. I'm sure she's going to help all of you single ladies unfuck your lives. Is she living in a trailer, by the way? I mean, nothing against that. I lived in an RV. But, oh, yeah. All the men are just lining up for this one, aren't they? Let's continue.
I can do to change myself to be more attractive.
I have to stop this. Let's full screen. Her hand's over it right now. Pay close attention to her hand placement. All right. Box wine and what?
To other
Catland. Life is better with cats. I shit you not. You can't make this shit up. Life is better with cats, yes, and over 40, and looks like she may have beached herself somewhere. Let's see what she has to say, shall we? Let's give her benefit of the doubt for a minute. You know, see, we'll entertain it. This is on my For Me to Watch feed. YouTube just reshuffled the deck, so we're watching this for the first time right now. Just for the record, I didn't preview this, so you're seeing it as I'm seeing it.
People to make my life better. Such bullshit. There is nothing wrong with me, and if you are single over 40 and you found this channel that way, guess what? There's
well, heart disease, diabetes, fatty liver. Let's see. Being over 40 and barren. I mean, nothing at all wrong with you. Nope, not a thing. Definitely not the attitude either. Definitely not.
There's nothing wrong with you either. That's all bullshit. We are grown-ass people. Why do we have to be acting like teenagers trying to hook up for the first time? We grew up.
I'm just asking, anybody that hooks up with her, do they need the flower to show up to the event, or does she provide it?
In a time when little girls especially are taught from a very young age that you grow up, you get married, you have babies.
Yes.
That was...
Well, statistically speaking, if women want to have a happy, healthy life, then that is exactly what they do. Women have a window of fertility. It's a magical thing. I don't know if any of you here are aware, but they have a fertility window, and it peaks between 18 and 25, and then it just it starts crumbling, right? And again, whether or not these women want to have children isn't even relevant. The bigger thing is if they have the hope of finding a man. Most men do want to have children. And most men want young, fertile women, not all of that, right? So, yeah, statistically, if women want to be happy, they're going to ignore this bullshit. Did she say bullshit? I can say it too. This is bullshit.
Was our life planned out in front of us from the time we were toddlers. We were trained in being wives and mothers. Think about the toys you had.
It's almost like 6,000 years of human history worked for a reason. But let's see if she can change things, because she is definitely as alluring and as seductive as Cleopatra.
Had your favorite toys, because all the other little girls had one and you had to have one too, and they had the cool commercial on the TV for the Cabbage Patch doll.
Those
Or
things
the
were
kitchen
ugly.
set, the easy bake
be
oven,
fair.
you put the little light bulb in there and bake a little cake. All of that was training us to be wives and mothers. To be
is this where feminism comes in? It was indoctrinating us to be women versus society's indoctrination to be men, to enter a tax bracket, to then focus on your career and wind up miserable and alone and looking like Big Bertha over here. I'm going to bring the panel in at this point. We can discuss this for a minute. We're going to get through the video, so we are going to pause for the video. Let's hope we don't get too out of control on the show tonight. But I do want to hear their opinions. I'm sure they're back there laughing at this point. But no, it couldn't be teaching young girls how to be feminine is the right thing to do. No, that's the problem. That's the as this lady keeps reminding us is the bullshit. Teaching classical, normal gender roles to children. That's the problem, for sure. Let's bring on the panel. Welcome aboard, panel. Everybody is here tonight. And yeah, we're doing an informal show, so we have a full cast of characters. What are your thoughts so far? Anybody who would like to go in any such order, what are your thoughts on...
I would like to ask this lady a question.
Well, she can't answer, but you can, certainly ask.
This is completely rhetorical. She's upset over Cabbage Patch Dolls, Barbie, the Easy Bake Oven.
Those Cabbage Patch Dolls were ugly, but go on, sir.
Right now, you're in your 30s. When you were growing up, what were the popular boy toys?
I don't know. Like I said, TMNT, everything I have in Toys R Us behind me, basically. Okay, if you need another look, hang on.
No, hey. I'm actually going somewhere with this.
Okay, G.I. Joes.
It was G.I. Joe, Bob the Builder.
We didn't have Bob the Builder. No.
I'm just using that as a random example.
Get out of here.
But it was things like G.I. Joe, construction sets,
Tonka trucks.
Toy trucks, Hot Wheels cars. But
that's filthy.
But basically, it was training. It was psychologically training us to be builders or soldiers.
Right.
And how many little girls did you ever see playing cops and robbers on the playground?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean,
so to this lady who's making these comments about how women have been programmed like this, what have you been programming men to do?
Be disposable, mostly. But yeah. I follow your point there.
Can I make one brief point? You said that quote unquote modern society has been around about 6,000 years. Minor clarification on that. What we classify as modern humans in modern society has been around roughly 40,000 years. Humans have been on Earth approximately 200,000 years from what we've been able to recover from archaeological research and fossilized bones and other wonderful things. But that's what we have as far as science, so it goes beyond that, obviously.
Shit, I wasn't muted.
So, and the other thing is, I understand why Barney in the big purple sweater, got put in here for you. So, just say it.
Wait, why do you understand? What is it? Because I like dinosaurs, or what is it?
Why is everybody shitting on Optimus Prime?
I mean, look, this is a woman,
man. Is it?
This is a woman that clearly made poor choices in her life that led up to this moment.
What was your first hint?
No,
Mr. Obvious, welcome to the conversation.
I wonder how many. Go ahead.
Somebody mentioned in the backstage she's coping and seething because she made a lot of poor choices coming up to this point. So now she's trying to save face. She's trying to, how you say, make sense of her position, her poor choices. It's coping. It's all it is. It's easy to debunk.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and see if she has anything else to say. There's some good comments tonight.
Oh,
I'm
I
not gonna
had
lie.
some shit to say.
Well, then say it.
It's too late now. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right, that's fine. We'll move on. Let's go back to Carol Baskin. I mean, what is this channel? Maybe I shouldn't. Nah, you know what? I can't even be that. I'm going to be a little petty. She had the audacity to say this for everyone to see, so I want you to see. The name of it is The Cat Lady Chronicles.
Oh my god.
That is literally just asking for Billy to deepfake to create for pop.
If you guys are interested in visiting The Cat Lady Chronicles, just I didn't send you to be hateful. That's my PSA. Don't go over there talking shit, and I mean, do whatever you're gonna do. But I didn't send you. You know what I mean?
Too late.
Fair dinkum, as they say in the UK.
I just want to know.
Australia.
Whatever, wherever they say it.
I just want to know how she got off Jabba's ship without him noticing.
Load balancing here, guys. Load balancing.
I mean, no wonder he had to move to the center. His front end axle got fucking realigned by this bitch.
On that note, let's see what she has to say.
I mean, she
Let's
should have quit with the
continue.
fucking easy bake oven.
It was the
What are
sun
you
chips,
doing,
actually.
Carol? I got sun pies.
No, it was the sun chips.
Oh,
nurturers,
here we go.
and in-home providers, and support for everybody else but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do anything about that.
Okay.
What we can do is stand up to a society
Oh.
that tells us we're worthless
Oh.
if we're not in a paired match.
Oh,
Oh,
What
pause
we
it.
can do.
I'm pausing it.
All right. So, besides the fact that this bitch looks like she was eating bugles like fucking Mabisco needed their bags back. What the fuck did she just say?
Jesus.
The
I thought we
whole
were gonna
problem
ramp up
doesn't
to it.
revolve around her, bitch. The earth revolves around you.
Well, I'm just gonna say thanks to our friend here. We are probably not monetized on this episode tonight, so.
Wait, was
Yeah,
it
that
the Nabisco comment or the bitch comment?
That one, yes. If you
Well,
could
what's
language free
the
your
code
humor,
for the B word?
Biachaha. Actually,
Biachaha?
probably would- That would probably work.
There's
All right, well,
probably
this-
multiple. There's probably multiple terms you could use, like female breeding dog.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let me reverse this. So,
Oh, he's gonna try again.
yeah. This Buwachaha Bakuntawa
Kuantaha. Yes.
needs to shut the Fuwakapaha
All right, that was pretty good. Better than I would have done.
and stop eating Laha.
God.
Or in her, how about this? I'll even revert to Pig Latin because we're dealing with her. Okay? She needs to ixnay on the aching bay.
Fair enough. All right,
Get
let's get
back
back into this. We're gonna
In
get
the
back into
Ipish
this.
A.
All right,
sorry.
here we go. Here we go.
Is stand up to the people that say, no, our lives are meaningless
Well, I mean, I'm just going to ask, if you stand up, is there a seismic event? Just asking for a friend.
without a spouse and a house full of children and then grandchildren, and your day should be cooking and cleaning, and you should have 6 babies by the time you're 32.
Copium.
That's such bullshit.
Lots of copium.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey.
copium.
We got a song for that.
We are grown now.
Oh, we're grown now. Yeah,
Look.
outgrown your regular clothes for sure. I mean,
I have seen better logic from a faulty DOS system with bad commands entered into it.
You get, All I got to say, guys, you better be careful what you say, because if you're not careful, she'll send the law firm of Hagen and Daz after you.
All right. First off, all hail Al Bundy. That's where we're
Right.
going now. All hail Al Bundy.
Agreed.
All right. Just because every time she takes a step, tectonic plates start colliding into each other. Fucking, she makes no point. She looks like she smells like pee. Oh my God! She looks like when she wakes up, she coughs up hairballs.
Well, hang on,
Lady,
I'm gonna point
I want to
something
give
else
you
out,
some
J-Mo.
advice. Hang on. I'm gonna give the Cat Lady Chronicles some advice. If you're going to make content for everyone on the internet to see, just be prepared for assholes like this to exist, to respond to it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what else she has to say, though.
Hold on, somebody has something for me.
We
Hold on.
no longer
It's gonna have to wait.
need to be subscribing to a school of thought that limits us. We have lived our lives. We have raised our children. And many of us are in the stage now of grandchildren. I have grandkiddies. I love my grandkiddies. But we're
Oh my
not
fuck.
obligated to keep procreating anymore. We're too old for that shit.
Well, I would prefer if you didn't
And think about
procreate.
it, from a
Actually,
biological standpoint, the only reason to hook up with another person is to make another person.
yeah. Well, that or pleasure,
Wait.
but let's ignore that part. But I mean, the amount of rolls you have to work through, there's not much pleasure there. Plus, that's an anti-hydraulic, right? That whole image is an anti-hydraulic. But we're bashing on her, not her points. I feel low, but not as low as her fucking foundation is sinking. Anyway,
Right, but you can't get mad at me because she looks like the last dump she took had to be a cesarean.
oh my god!
Well, the thing I was going to point out a second ago that you're welcome to disagree with, Rhino. Are you working for Legendary Pictures?
What? No. Why?
Why are you showing Godzilla's adversary in the upcoming movie?
All right. We're gonna try to get through the rest of this.
I can't believe King Kong Bundy grew a ponytail.
Anyway.
We've done that. Our job's done, okay? It's time for us to enjoy our life. And if you are single, over 40, there's nothing wrong with you.
Nothing wrong with you. Nothing at all. No.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
You do not have to change anything about yourself to attract another person. If you attract another person,
I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit. All right. Well, one, if you if you're a man in this country and you're under 6 feet and you make under 6 figures and you have under a six-pack under your shirt, you're not attracting anybody, and women expect your standards to change. And the only reason, here's a fun fact, the only reason statistically and psychologically speaking that women say that they like dad bods is because they see these men as less of a threat to them as a long-term commitment, because he's less likely to be able to find another woman because he's unattractive to other women. So when women tell you that dad bod is in, they're also lying to you because they're just trying to keep you and your wallet in check. So let's be realistic. If a man wants any hopes of attracting a mate in 2024, he's got to cross off the 6 sixes list, right? But this woman is clearly telling you she can eat the 6 sixes list and everybody should still find her attractive. I'm calling bullshit.
Rhino, you have a placard. You have a placard on
Yes.
your desk that
Oh, I
sums
do.
up exactly what I want to say to this woman.
I do. Do you want to see it? I can show you. We'll get out the placard.
Oh, stop, man.
There we go. We want to slowly bring the placard forward. There it is. Yes. Just for you.
I mean,
there you go.
How many? I would say show of hands, but most of us aren't on camera. How many of us here would, if we were to
Whose
run
fault
into this,
is that?
how many of us here, if we were to run into this woman after seeing this video, and she opened her mouth, would say that to her in some way, shape, or
If she
form?
opened her mouth, the vacuum force would cause most of us to be inhaled in immediately. But anyway.
Very good, Jackal.
All I can think about is her poor ex-boyfriend died of hip dysplasia.
Well, you know what?
That poor dog.
If I saw that woman in public and I saw her open her cake hole and a quarter pounder with cheese didn't fall out, I would be surprised.
Crusader, you're far more diplomatic than I am.
Let's just continue. Let's just
I wonder if he put.
We're continuing.
Hold on.
But
I
I'm
just
already
can I say?
No.
I don't want to attract another person. At what point do we say enough is enough? At what point do we say?
Well, I'm asking you, the last bag of Doritos you opened, was that the point?
I said bugles.
When is
It's
enough
Doritos.
enough? Put the
Or Sun
goddamn
Chips.
Doritos down.
I wonder.
Goddamn spicy ranch Doritos.
This is what happens if Outlaw doesn't listen to me. This will be his future.
Oh,
I- I wonder if she put screws through the soles of her feet to get more traction while pulling the ice wagon.
Oh my!
I'm having a hard time with this. We're going to try to have a productive show. It's not going well so far, but we're going to try.
The
like
thing
our
is, Rhino,
lives just the way they are.
We'll continue.
Leave us alone.
We'll continue. Leave us alone.
If you will notice on
wait. Hold on. Don't worry. There is no man out there that has any intention on stalking you or even pursuing you or even getting close enough to get sucked into your orbit. But
those videos that are telling us what's wrong with us, those are done by a bunch of damn kids. And
we're all kids. We're all kids.
Well, here's one for you, psychologist. I
what?
like living alone. I like my freedom. I like to come and go as I please. I don't have to check my plans with anybody
think you're
else.
lying.
If I don't want to cook, I have a peanut butter sandwich for my supper. If I want to cook, I cook whatever the fuck I want. Why?
Buy the
Because
six-pack.
there's nobody here.
Bitch, you ate the come and go.
Hold up now. You don't cook a peanut butter sandwich with that.
Hold on. When she sits down with her peanut butter jar and like a loaf of bread on either side of it, does she also have the 2 liter as the fucking drink? I'm just kidding.
You don't cook a peanut butter. Oh my god, bro.
Deep fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Just remember, ladies, if you have a Diet Pepsi, whatever you eat is calorie free.
How do you fucking cook a sandwich? This bitch, man.
Hold on. Can I just mention a comment right quick?
Yes.
So seriously, podcast wrote, when did Boogie get his gender change surgery? What the fuck I lost it over?
Hang on, Rhino. You pointed out earlier that we're ragging more on her than we are on her message.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just offer a theory as to why that is. Her message is vapid and pointless.
Oh.
It's the meme from that movie that basically is saying we award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul. If this woman had any less to say, she would be Joe Biden's running mate.
We're halfway through. Let's see if there's anything better coming out of her mouth other than whatever she put into it. Anyway.
Please tell me where I'm wrong.
There's nobody here for me to please except for me. And that's the one person I have never been able to please. Is my
Wait, hold up. First of all, your arms with those with the BMI, can your arms even reach far enough down? Maybe that's why you've never pleased yourself. I'm just saying.
Hold up now. We eat
Bingo wings kept flapping them sides.
We eat Twinkies, lady. We don't put them in our orifices. She's pleasing herself with food. I guarantee it.
So you're saying if you were to go into her house, the second she gets up from the chair, you smell chicken wings?
Just
Oh God.
just
Listen.
don't eat the cucumbers or anything phallic shaped.
Well, I
This
know
is-
what happened to her grandkitties now.
This is why I
put
should.
peanut butter on the
Chicken
potato.
wings.
This is why I should look at the material before it's live on air. But here we are. At least it's good entertainment. Let's continue.
Myself, because I was too busy in my 20s and my 30s
Eating. I mean,
trying to please a partner, my family, my children.
You ain't got children.
And I
Yeah,
never
hang
got the
on. You
chance
know what?
to
We
do
ought to give her
anything
that
for
point.
myself.
We
Now,
ought to
here
give
I
her
did she
that one.
eat her children? Is that
No,
why she
no,
doesn't
no,
have any?
no. Hang
Oh
on,
my
hang on.
God.
She made the comment. She made a comment a second ago. She was busy in her 20s and 30s trying to please other people.
Okay.
We all know of an individual who's referred to occasionally as a hog slayer.
Oh no.
Hang on. There is somebody out there
No.
who is attracted to pretty much anything on the planet. So she actually might have a valid point with that particular statement.
I'm gonna press play now.
She looks like she's wanted by the
Living alone with
Decepticons.
some cats and a dog, and guess what?
She ate the cat.
I
She
cut
ate the
peanut
dog.
butter
I
on
do
my cooch and let 'em live.
everything for myself, including I buy myself things. Yeah, just like Miley Cyrus says, you can buy yourself flowers. Hell yeah, plant your flowers.
Well, hold on. If you're single and have no family, no children, and cats don't have thumbs, last I checked, you're probably required to buy yourself things. That's not like you go girl so much as is it's common sense. But from the looks of it, you could probably buy a lot less for your kitchen.
Why
just
are
saying.
you putting a low cut blouse in your picture, lady? Nobody's trying to look.
Indeed.
Watch them grow, go to the store and buy them if that's what you want to do. Because now is the time to start living for yourself.
Oh.
Eat all the Twinkies.
Your kids are gone.
bitch.
You're not taking care of them anymore.
Eat them Smuckers.
For whatever reason, you have found yourself without a spouse or partner. That's
For
fine.
whatever reason you ate your way out of a partner if you didn't eat the potential partner on the way through.
I
Just-
wonder if she's gonna put in a plug for 0-calorie Oreos.
No, she won't.
Crusader,
hang on.
jump on in, man.
She
Please.
won't.
All right. Well, one thing I'm cursed with is a pretty good memory. Didn't she say a few minutes ago that she didn't have kids, that she lives alone, but now she's saying she's got grandkitties? Like, where is this logic actually making any sense?
Unless her
She was talking
cats
about her
counted as kids.
kittens. Grand kittens is what she said.
She ate
Yeah.
the grand kitten. She put peanut butter on them and ate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
In between that one sandwich.
right. Put it all in one big sandwich.
All right, Mike, check
I
on
just-
background noise, by the way. Mike, check on the background noise, please. But yeah, no, I don't know. Let's continue, shall we?
Sure.
Maybe it's the time for that.
Mm.
Maybe this is your time to shine.
Could be.
This is your time to walk around all day in your nightgown with your
Fuck
hair
yeah.
in a crazy bun without a speck
Oh.
of makeup on, wearing
Yeah.
toenails that you haven't cut in a month.
Oh, God.
Guess
What the fuck?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I was talking to the wife. What hasn't she cut in a month?
Are you really on the internet doing this? Is this How many subscribers does this woman have? Now I need to know. How many views did this have? She has 211 subscribers. So 30 likes, 30 people found this good. Should we give it a like just to help her out? Should we give her a like?
No.
Should we click that like? Should we click it? Audience, 1 if I should hit the like.
I
2,
bet her. Sorry.
2 if I should leave it alone. 3 if I should hit the dislike. But let's be nice. Let's give her a 1.
I'd say
I'm gonna look
dislike
at
it.
No, 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 no.
4. Give her a 4.
Give her a
Hey,
Pop would.
Pop would give her a 4.
Hey, Tommy.
We got 1 for a like. We got 1 for a like. We got 3.
Man.
We got 2 1s and 1 3. We got three 1s, 2 3s, and all over the place. All right,
Tommy.
tell you what.
Yeah.
Tell you what. I'm going to give her. We're going to give her a like. You know why? Because this is comedy gold, and now it's in my algorithm. So we'll continue watching these in the future.
I bet she's gotten so bloated her clitoraha looks like Barbara Streisand's nose.
No.
And we continue.
You can do that. Nobody's gonna say a damn thing. You know what else
We
you can
just
do?
did, bitch.
Whatever
Are
the
you
fuck
sure about that?
What'd you just say?
You are
Did you
no.
just cuss me out, bitch?
You know what else you can do? Whatever the fuck you want.
Oh,
Oh, Rhino, you
You
look
are no
yummy.
longer
Let me
restricted
tell you something.
by
You can
somebody
deep fry them
else's
Doritos if
schedule
you
or
want to. You can deep
But
fry
you can
them Doritos
do-
if you want to.
no. Here's my solid life tip for what she just said. You can do whatever you want to, but you are not free from the consequences of your actions. So do whatever you want, but if you end up looking like this, it's your fault.
Hey, girl,
preferences.
you know that Snicker bar you've been hiding?
It's
You can deep fry that. You can put that on. Girl, you can eat that with some more deep fried Oreos.
Ooh.
You know that
right.
Snicker bar ice cream you got? Stick
freedom
that in the frying
to
oil.
live for yourself. Freedom to express yourself in your home.
Freedom. I can
Freedom
to
feel
fart.
the diabetes from here.
Hallelujah.
Spoil yourself. Pamper
You
yourself.
got a big pain in your
live
gut?
and love
Let it
in your
out, ladies.
own
Fart.
space that you create.
Wait, are you creating space or absorbing it? Just asking again for a friend.
She's
This is the time for that.
Oh.
Who cares anymore
don't.
about
I don't.
what other people think?
I really don't.
I told everybody when I got to 30, I was out of fucks. I was wrong. It was at
fucks.
40. It happened at 40. After I turned 40, I didn't care anymore.
After you
Whatever.
had to get waterboarded
It
through
was
your front
time
door.
for me to live for myself, to do things I want to do. If I want to go see a movie, I go see
You
the
got a
movie.
roll-up door for
If
a
I
front
want to
door,
sit in the
I
house
guarantee
and
it.
I want to watch Stargate SG-1,
Her front
Soldier
door
girl.
was installed by
Soldier
overhead
girl, you
doors.
are just wrong.
Dude,
Somebody
Soldier Girl's
put that
been
up.
on it tonight.
Somebody put that up, man.
Stargate SG-1. How dare you?
She's upset because her armpit hair and bush hair keeps getting caught up in knots.
You ain't. Let me tell you, you know she's lying because she ain't out of fucks to give. She never had any fucks given to
She's
her.
still
She
making
couldn't
videos
afford
about
any
the fuck she
fucks.
doesn't have.
She ain't had no fucks given to her.
Hey, you guys watch TikTok? Hold on. This is a perfect time with what she said to plug this guy in. If you don't know how to braid, hit that follow button.
Wow. All right, gentlemen, I got to reel it back in for a minute here. This panel is doing what our panel does best.
It smells down here.
Like I said,
Ryan
like I said
Cookie.
earlier,
Reeling it back in, guys. Reeling it back in. All right. You can unmute
Rachel
yourselves, I'm
Checo.
sure. But I'm gonna click those mute buttons so we can get on through. Vincent Van Gogh, fuck yourself on Rumble. Yes, for $1. Jackal would be an appetizer for this whale.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Whew. All right.
poor Jackal.
All right. We got a few minutes left of this, and then we'll move on.
Oh
from
God,
front
soldier
to back
girl.
without stopping, I will do that. While drinking coffee with hot chocolate in it and eating Lindor chocolates if I want to.
Oh,
Why?
all of
That's what I
them.
want to do. And I'm not hurting anybody. Why not do it?
You're hurting your liver, your kidneys, your arteries, your heart. You're hurting yourself, lady.
Come on, you're also
her
hurting
additional
the
mass is
foundation
probably
of the
why we
trailer.
haven't gotten investment in like travel working.
Come on, you're also hurting the foundation of that travel trailer. Come on now.
Live for yourself.
Live for yourself.
Give up this
Give
endless
up.
struggle, and you're beating yourself
Just
up
give
with
up.
different makeup and different diets. You're buying stupid
Just
clothes
give
that
up.
don't even fit.
That's what she did.
All so you can change yourself to
Did she just
attract
say-
another person.
Hold up. Stop buying clothes that don't fit. That happened a
Endless struggling.
long.
You're beating yourself up. You're
fucking
trying
time
different
ago.
makeup and different diets. You're buying stupid clothes that don't even fit.
They would fit.
All so you can
Atkins
change
might be for you.
yourself to attract another person that isn't already attracted to you just the way you are.
What?
Oh no.
What?
Wait. I've seen some hippos at the zoo you could check out. This is a thought. I mean,
They'd probably kill you just as fast as she would too.
I'm Honey Boo Boo.
can you imagine asking somebody to be attracted to you when if you were to be on top, you would crush them?
Can you imagine the wheel retention on her fifth wheel?
Especially because those are always 14-inch wheels on a fifth wheel. What the
Good
fuck
year.
is up with that?
Good year.
Stick around on this channel long enough, I will help you learn how to live your best life after 40. Stick
All
around
right.
here long enough.
All right. I
I'll
am
give
down
you some
for it.
tips for living
Yes.
this new
Should we subscribe too?
independent life
Let's subscribe.
and loving it.
Let's do
You
it.
want to learn how to deep fry ice cream?
We're gonna subscribe right now.
Every
The
moment
Cat Lady Chronicles.
in a
We're
state of
subscribed.
joy.
I want to live my
Listen,
best
right
fat fuck life.
that
You want to know
For
what type
sure.
of
I have
seasoning to put on your
never,
kitten
ever,
when you eat?
ever experienced before because I was always on some.
Ooh, she's on one. She's gonna teach us. We're gonna learn a lot from her, I'm sure.
So when
But
you
not
deep frying
tonight.
your pussycat, you want to use garlic salt, onion salt, paprika.
There's
What?
kitty stew, kitty
Deep
and
fried
potatoes.
pussycat.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
when we need one of Billy's characters to come on. Maybe the Asian Billy. Oh no, you make deep fried kitty this way.
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, we also have Cliff with us tonight. This
Evening,
is gonna
guys.
be the crazy
What's up,
panel.
Cliff?
Guys, please keep in mind basic streaming rules. Try not to talk over each other too much, if at all possible. We got another one for you. This one actually, I kind of agree with. So I still think this is what I call a chameleon, but I agree with her point. So here we go. Let's see what she has to say here.
Society on a
No,
extremely
I'm gonna reload it. Give me a second. Let's try it again. There we go.
I'm glad we're starting to turn a new leaf and admit that shame needs to be brought back to society on a extremely aggressive level. The fact that girls will just go on the street and do interviews that go viral and say the craziest shit that you literally could not waterboard out of me. They'll just be like, yeah, I cheated on with his brother and then I sucked 10 dicks that night. And you're just like, yeah, this is good. No, that's a good, yeah, the fact that you feel no shame, embarrassment, remorse, like quite
It's
literally
bad,
any of
man.
the things that make you not a sociopath is really f***ing bad.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. I cannot understand modern women that are just so open. And you look, well, that's metaphorical and literal, but
Phrasing. Phrasing.
they're so open to just say and do whatever the fuck you. It's not just Fresh and Fit or the whatever podcast. Women in general are just like, so what? I had 100 dicks last summer. What's it to you? Don't judge me. My past don't matter. Like, you sure about that? You sure about that? It's nuts.
Well, Rhino, it's because we are now at the third generation of women that have not been held accountable for their actions. The only difference between now and 60 years ago is it's being televised everywhere via streaming, newscasts, all that kind of crap. It's just being more publicly known.
Yeah.
I'm just
Very
saying,
true.
with that fat chick, I can't find the bottom of that Erie Canal. That's probably filled with stalactites and devil bats.
Oh,
Devil
God.
bats.
Well, now hang on. Let's point something out here. For all these women that want to go on to these podcasts like Fresh and Fit, whatever, insert name here, that want to do these or say these things that that are shame worthy that they think are brags. If they were to come up to you and try getting with you, literally anytime they ask about your wallet, your bank account, your job, or any of that, be like, no, not until you tell me how much your past actually matters.
Ooh.
Well, the past does matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm Crusader. True or false?
Yes.
Past performance is indicative of future results.
Theoretically speaking, greater than 51% of the time.
Fair enough. All right. Just want to catch up on super chats. We've got a few over on MGTOW.tv as well. For $1, Single for Life has a YouTube link for us. We'll get that popped up later. For another $1, he also says, be with an itch and play Dancing Blake. Well, I can do that for $1. Where is Dancing Blake at? There we go. I love that.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, I got another one for you really quick to throw in here. Let me see if I can get it pulled up properly.
That's what the chicken purple said at the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Here we go. Here it is. Here it is. Check this one out. We're going to reload it as well.
I'm drunk, but it's my birthday and I just felt like I needed to get that out there. Don't fucking have kids. I love you so much and do what's best for you. Don't have kids.
That one is coping.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Remember, the sandpaper dildo of consequences never arrives lubed.
Top plugging.
Yeah, a little bit of cope. A little bit of cope.
That's awesome.
See, Rhino, you really do need that coping and seething meme. I don't know if it's Pop or Hammerhand that has it, though.
I've got it. I've got it too.
Oh, yeah, send it my way for sure.
All right.
Because that entire first video, that's exactly what that was.
Yeah, yeah. I just have a few more clips to get through. I want to share these with you just so you can see just how crazy it is out there. This is actually with Jordan Peterson. So let's take a look at this one.
A couple of weeks ago that said for the first time ever since records began, 50.1% of women are childless by 30. So there are more women without children at 30 than there are women with children. The first time ever.
I believe it was where I was talking about what our society does to 19-year-old women or 18-year-old women, 19-year-old women. We just lie to them all the time. You know, the first lie is there's nothing more important than your career, more or less by definition. So that's the first lie. The second lie is there will be nothing more important to you in your life than your career. So that's the second lie. And then the third lie is there should be nothing more important in your life than your career.
A couple of weeks ago that said for the first...
Yeah. And then what happens is they reach that age that this woman has, minus all the hot dogs and Twinkies. But they hit the age 30 to 40 and they realize their career didn't matter. They're unhappy and unfulfilled. And unfortunately, now they're unfilled because men are no longer signing up. Just not going to happen. And that's the bottom line. Women were lied to. And they waste their most fertile years. One, riding the Kuakaha carousel or doing the career thing or both. And then they find out that was all crap.
Well, a lot of these women think that they're going to find somebody to have children with later on in life. So they get lied to and think that they can sow their wild oats while they're in their late teens and early 20s. And then it'll just be okay, you know, later on down the road, you know, you've got all kind of time to live. And it's just not so.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that women have right now is timing issues. I've said that a lot, but it's true. They want to sow their wild oats and they want their cake and they want to eat it too, basically. Just ask the first woman in the first clip.
Yep. All the cake.
And she had her cake and ate it too. But
and somebody else's too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Soldier Girl brings up a good point on her last comment.
Oh, go ahead. What was the last comment? If somebody
Her
can
last
find that.
comment, men are lied to let's be honest. I would actually throw an also in there just to make it more grammatically correct, but
sure.
Lied to too. Yes. Yes. By the way, Single for Life donated, so we have to do this. I am sorry to any squirrels that it might offend.
Oh God, no! Don't
do it.
Too late.
Do
Too
it.
late.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
That is no kidding. This squirrel's balls are stuck in the
Oh my God!
Bro, stop twisting. It'll be okay. Stop twisting.
Dude,
Stop
that
twisting.
poor little bastard.
No.
Stop twisting.
No.
Stop twisting. Don't twist your nutsack. Stop. God damn it. That was
Wow.
That was fast.
okay.
That was bad.
I felt that.
Hang on, I have to ask this question just because I don't know how the physics of this would work. What was that squirrel doing that got it in that position in the first place? Because he might have brought it on himself.
I think he just ran up the wall and turned and then boop, got right in there.
He was dragging his balls where they shouldn't have been drug.
Fair enough. All right. Where were we at? We've got a couple more. Let's see. There we go. Let's reload this one.
If you are single and you are in the dating marketplace at that time, when that happens, say you're 37, 36, 38, 40, whatever it may be, and you are still on the hunt for that man, and you hit the wall and you can see in your face that you are no longer the face that you were at whether it was 30 or 35 or 25, whatever it is, you are going to be panicked because now you know that you are going to compete with women who are younger, who are largely more fertile, not always, but largely speaking, yes, who have that youthfulness to them, who have that estrogen, progesterone, whatever the hormonal balance is that makes someone young, it's there and you're losing it. And you become hyper aware of that. And that is why women begin to panic. If you are...
So there you go. For the women telling you that in their late 30s and 40s that it's no big deal, they're lying to you. Now, this is something I've talked about in prior episodes as well, but I'll bring it up briefly again. Men, such as men in this space, we often try to help each other, whether it's learn a new skill or how not to screw up your life, such as telling men to get married in 2024. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? It really is. If you look at marriage laws, divorce laws, family court, statistics on child custody, and how much shit you'll be giving up after she takes your shit. By the way, the average wedding is about 10 grand right now. And if you sign up for that, you're out of your goddamn mind. Why do I say that? Because she doesn't want you. She wants the experience. Otherwise, she wouldn't need the 10 grand wedding. So that's something that I'm just going to warn you in advance. Watch it. If you're meeting a woman that's interested in that whole fucking expensive fucking wedding, you're going down a bad road. But that's here nor there. The biggest thing is men try to help each other out, right? In general, we try to talk to each other and advise each other, teach each other, and pass on skills and information. Women, on the other hand, do the quite opposite. Women understand each other and hate each other. There's a reason for that. Women don't help each other. Women will drag each other down. These 40-year-old women are lying to the 30-somethings about to turn 40. The 30-something women are lying to the 20-something women. They're all telling each other you can hoe it up and eat as many ho-hos as you want and nothing is going to change. You're sexy, attractive, and men will simp for you till kingdom come. Just not true. Worse, they'll lie to you about their career being important when they're miserable. They'll teach other women to put career before family, so they're also miserable. Women don't help women. There are very few. The last clip may be an exception. I don't know her well enough to say. There are some women that will warn younger women of the truth. But for the most part, in general, your coworkers, your family, your friends that are women. Statistically speaking, for example, single women create single women. If you are married to a woman with single friends, there is a higher likelihood that your wife will file for divorce just because her friends will talk her into it. Because crabs in a bucket, they're all going to drag each other back down to the bottom, miserable together. That's how they're happy. It's sad, it's sick, it's fucked up, and I don't understand the sexes and why they're like that, but it's how it is. Panel, back to you.
I was actually going to point that out. It's the difference between carpenter ants and crabs in a bucket. Carpenter ants, when the colony comes across something that is not surmountable by one, they will work out a way to get across it to go get what they need and then get back. Crabs in a bucket will rip rip one another down so no one can escape.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately. We'll go into another clip here. This is just a clip-heavy episode tonight. This is Women in Their 40s, Unhappiest Group, and Why. Let's go ahead and reload.
It's really interesting to note that, especially within the States, but just in general, the research actually has depicted that women in their 40s is the most unhappiest age group out there. Think about that. The unhappiest age group in all of the world, predominantly, we're talking about the States right now, is women in their 40s. That's 1 in 4 Americans, which is crazy. That's 25% of the population are women in their 40s. And they're the unhappiest group out there. And it's just absolutely scary and it's appalling. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? And at the end of the day, the number one reason why, well, there could be many reasons why, actually. But one of them, as I mentioned beforehand, is it's really all about e-commerce.
Is
it's
it
about the pharmaceutical industries?
Oh, it's about farm.
No.
Oh, are they connected somehow to something else? It's about e-commerce. Well, 85% of consumer debt is owed by women. Pharmaceutical companies for years have advertised plastic surgeries and tummy tucks and everything else to the point where now there are women at the age of 18 that are getting plastic surgery to remain youthful, including faux freckles and everything else. Body modifications like crazy are becoming the norm in young women as young as 18. You have a connection here. But what is the connection? Let's see if she hits it or if we have to fill her in.
It's about really just making money. It's a multi-million.
The agenda, again, feminism pushing women into the marketplace to create a tax bracket in which both parents are now paying into the system. Neither one can raise children. And now you almost have to have 3 jobs in order to raise children in this country. But you were talking about money. Is it perhaps that you were lied to by feminism into believing you needed a career? So maybe the plastic surgery, the consumer debt, the career, and the lack of a man and a family. Ding, ding, ding. The problem is you ladies focused on all the things that kept you away from having happiness, a family, a husband, children, whatever it is, whatever your definition of family is. Maybe you're not with the kid thing, but you wanted a family, at least a husband. You've talked yourself out of it. She's hitting the points, but she's skipping over the reason.
$1 business for the most part. It's really interesting.
And there it is. She just stops there.
Yeah,
she won't answer the question. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's basically she set her standards way yonder too high. Couldn't find a man that lined up with all of her bullet points that she wanted. She ignored the 98% that didn't measure up to her standards. She priced herself out of the dating market. It's her fault.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
And now she's in her 40s, looking back on it, like any other woman, I'm sure she wanted kids, but she fooled herself for most of that time, believing the lie of feminism and all the other things that went with it, until one day she woke up and she was in her 40s.
Yep. That's pretty much it. And it doesn't stop there. Like I said, tonight's episode is just these women don't want to live in reality. They want to give you their version of reality, their weird science, if you will. They don't want to talk about the truth, just their truth. And their truth sucks because it's not helping them and they're dying miserable and alone. But
it's ideological, that's what it is.
Yeah. Their truth is more important than the truth, and they'll go to their graves defending that. Now, I want to point this out as well. So here is this clip here. It's a 5-minute clip. We'll get through it.
Of the 7.8 million women in their 30s and 40s, 17.176%, or 1.38 million, are single. Now, in the 21st century, marriage is no longer a necessity, but rather an option, and many women choose to remain single.
Choose
Yet,
is an interesting
there is
word.
not enough social security for them, creating a blind spot of the structural system. Let's learn more about the issue and what needs to be done to improve the current conditions.
By the way, I'm going to plug this channel. This is going to be FBE Capital. Or no, excuse me, this is not. The next one will be. This is just the news article. The next one will be FBE Capital. But let's continue.
Chung Eun-mi is a 41-year-old florist who dreamed of becoming a good wife and wise mother as a child. Like the majority of people, she thought she had to get married and form a family when she was younger. But her perspective has changed a lot.
I gained a genuine passion and desire for my career in my early 30s. Therefore, I naturally focused more on...
What you are seeing here is the indoctrination of Western ideologies in the East now, and it's going to cause big problems for them as well. You can research this more. There's already, what do they call them? Like, there's a word for it. Men that just aren't dating. They have a term. It's MGTOW here, but it's, I don't know if it's
herbivore men, I think.
Herbivore men. That's it.
Yes, it's herbivore men.
Yeah, they already have that problem, and now these women, what you're going to see, I don't know if this article talks about it or not, but you see women overseas in these countries. Sorry, passport bros, you're about to be disappointed. Even they are starting to say that they want a man that makes 6 figures and has the 6 foot and 6 inches and all that. They're doing it over there now too, and they're also being told their career is more important than anything else. So you're not going to outrun this problem. Outlaw, you were saying something?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Well, we will continue with this news article, but it's not looking
work than
good.
romantic relationships, and time passed very quickly.
Chung is not the only one who chooses to remain unmarried. Many women in their 30s and 40s do too. According to the National Statistical Office, 1,384,047 women in their 30s and 40s were single as of 2015, and that figure is more than twice that of 10 years ago.
And it's going to keep going up.
The drastic jump largely resulted from women's increased labor force participation.
Translation, feminist indoctrination is why. But yeah, workforce participation, we'll call it that.
Also, Korea remains a patriarchal society.
Uh-huh. Did they really have to throw that in there? You know,
I'd like for them to explain how that is possible. Because if it's patriarchal, then why would women be allowed to do anything outside of being, I don't know, in the kitchen, as the stereotype is?
Well, let me make this very fucking clear. What Jackal just said, that article there, or that news article there, is a lie. Korea, as well as us, and I'm not talking about North Korea, that's a whole different story, but the United States, most Western civilizations, South Korea, they're all gynocentric societies, flat out. That's where things are popping up. This is where the problem is coming from. It is a gynocentric society, and feminism keeps trying to blame the patriarchy. Patriarchy's worked. Again, we can talk about semantics and how many thousands of years, but let's just say, for simplest terms, 6,000 years of recorded human history, patriarchy's worked.
Hey, right.
Gynocentric societies, not so much.
Let me point something out. They probably are meaning it's more of a kind of a hybrid. Yeah, it's very much gynocentric now, but it has also been very much a patriarchal society for much of its history.
Long pause.
Yeah, I was waiting for a response.
I was waiting for anybody myself.
Well, the thing is, if South Korea was patriarchal, they would not have voted a woman as their president in 2013.
Right.
True.
They are no longer. By the way, we have a super chat in YouTube. Want to point that out. Thank you so much, Rusty Rivers, for $50. I do not have a "We're Not Worthy." The closest thing I have is a Thug Life, and you, sir, have earned that. So there you go. Thank you. And let me get back up to it because it just moved. Hey, Vincent, reach into your back pocket. Maybe you can be sure how much is back there. So there you go. Thank you, Rusty, for the donation, as always. And thank you so much for supporting the show. My brain just froze up there for a second. But yeah, they always want to point out the evil patriarchy. Not the case.
Marriage is not only a union of two lovers, but of families, which I found very burdensome. I wasn't sure if I could take care of all the things that occur in my husband's family
Not
while
with
pursuing
feminism,
my
you can't.
career.
Here we go. There we go. See that? Here, let me full screen this. Instead of coming home to a loving husband and following whatever directions and instructions he has for you, you go and deal with a boss that hates you to do the same thing. So good trade-off. Way to go. Oh, plus at home you have your own things and family and your pets, things that matter to you. In the cubicle you have soul-sucking deadness. But anyway, yeah, good choice, ladies.
Workers have irregular jobs and earn about $1,500 per month on average.
It doesn't look like fun. Ladies
Indeed.
watching this, any of you watching, doesn't that look like so much fun? It looks so much better than, like, I don't know, staying home, maybe baking a pie once in a while, raising families. Soul-sucking corporate jobs are so much more better than that. I don't get it. I really don't. If I were in your position, I would pick family all day long over a soul-sucking career if I had that option. So I don't know how you bought that lie. I guess it was the strong, independent, don't need no man. But you kidded yourselves, and this is why you're dying alone and miserable now. So
And
congratulations.
Now she's living like a man. If you looked at her apartment,
Yep.
it was almost completely barren, and then she was also doing her own maintenance on the lights and stuff. It's like,
Yep.
okay, yeah, you wanna work like a man, you're gonna live like a man, and guess what? Now
Die like a man.
apparently it's all man's fault. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, of course not.
No, of course not. Look, the only reason that they're bringing this up in the first place as a news story is the fact that they don't have enough of a replacement birth rate, aka future tax wage slaves.
Whose fault is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're seeing the problem now, and they're trying to describe it as a man's problem. It's not men's fault.
No, it's not.
Who's the gatekeepers of sex? Anyone here?
Women.
Women. It's not men. This is not
Women
a
are-
man's issue.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're right. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men are the gatekeepers of relationships. The man asks. If women are going to go out there and give out what they have for free, men are just going to take advantage of it. We're humanistic and hedonistic mammals the way we are. And if women want to look at the quote unquote traditional housewife role as a sign of oppression, what they're actually doing is they have a warped perspective of the situation, because over the past 500 years, going outside of the home was dangerous. Going out and doing things outside of a prescribed, protected, structured home was dangerous. Going to work was dangerous.
Yeah.
So keeping women at home in a safe, predictable, secured environment was a way of protecting the women, not putting them into harm's way, providing for them, giving them the easy life. It was easier to stay home and care for children, physically speaking, than it is for women to go out and actually start cutting down trees, building roads, building bridges. Then you notice how you have all these women screaming about how they want this job, that job. Let's look at the trades. What percent of the longshoremen are men? What percent of bricklayers? What percent of concrete finishers? What percent of drywallers? What percent of plumbers? What percent of welders? What percent of framers? How many people, what percentage of most of those lines of work are men? Greater than 90%. And when you look at something like that, they want the air-conditioned job, they want the office job, they want something simple, they want something easy, they don't want anything physically tasking, because they understand that physically they can't do it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So, all these jobs that they're going after, they want to be the CEO, they want to be the lawyer, they want to be in the boardroom, they want to have all these glorified positions. They're chasing and doing anything and everything they can, pushing their DEI stuff so they can put themselves in those positions. And this is basically the same thing as that other Barney the big purple dinosaur you showed earlier. They want to sit there. Women they want to have traditional men, but they're doing anything and everything within their ability to not be traditional women. Tradition gets tradition, non-tradition gets non-tradition. That's the way that it is.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And anybody who isn't smart enough to understand that is going to suffer. And the brutal truth that not many people are willing to understand or willing to accept is we all die alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just whether or not you're comfortable dealing with it.
I wanted to address this briefly as well, because there is either going to be a lack of understanding from somebody watching this show, or perhaps even, dare I say, a woman that watches this show and goes, "What do you mean women are the gatekeepers of sex?" I get a lot of pushback on that when I talk about that. Women have this weird delusion where they think men are sleeping with as many women as they are sleeping with men. Just not the case. Women ultimately decide bedroom access. Ultimately, and all of the time, 100%. Okay? Men sleep with who they can. Women sleep with who they want. This isn't up for debate. This isn't an argument. That is why when men in this space say women are the gatekeepers of sex, it's not a discussion or an opinion. It's a statistical fact. Once again, the propagation of our species has come down to women mate guarding and selecting who they're going to allow to drop their seed inside of them. It's not up for debate. So just wanted to point that out. When we talk about the gatekeepers of sex, they absolutely are. Now, if a man, on the other hand, had the opportunity to sleep with as many women as possible, of course he's going to do it. That's, again, the difference in dynamics between the sexes. Men are fertile till they die, women are not, which is again why they're the gatekeepers, because they have a short window to fulfill that role as creating a family. They're not going to screw that up. So I've heard this argument over and over where they say, no, that's not true. Men are the gatekeepers. Like, no, absolutely not. And ask any man anywhere on the planet, including your top 20%ers, how many times they get turned down. I've talked to you guys about if you are dating, if you choose to go down that road, that it's a numbers game. For every 100 women you talk to, maybe 3 will give you a date. Out of that, maybe 1 will date you. So 1% of the time, you're getting sexual access. 99% of the time, you're getting denied. For women, all they have to do is go to a bar and open her legs. That's it. That's all you got to do. So if you want to have that argument, I'm more than happy to do it in a different episode. But women absolutely are the gatekeepers of sex. Bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, look, this boils down to money. Plain and simple. This is money at the end of the day. People who are tax wage slaves at the end of the day. That the birth rates being replaced at a rapid enough rate to where they don't have to talk about this. You have to understand, guys, men and women are being used as tools by these governments.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just women. It ain't just men. It's both. Only 2 genders, right?
Yeah.
Both the women and the men are being incentivized to continue on the species to create more tax wage slaves to keep the bullshit going over all of us.
Mm-hmm.
The tyranny over all of us. And they're downplaying the severity of this situation. It's actually more dire than what even their government is telling you. This is really a lot bigger problem than what people realize. Panic, fear, right?
Basically. On that note, let's jump into this one. Did I get the right one? Let's see. Yep, here it is. Let me refresh it as well.
This exact mindset right here is why the number of male virgins under 30 has...
I'm going to refresh that so I can read it.
This exact mindset right here.
Pause. I think you should wake up. You can say it's 2023, but women still want relationships and marriage more than men. A man has no problem keeping you in... this woman can't type. In sex only. And this is what he has to say in response.
Here is why the number of male virgins under 30 has more than tripled in just the past 10 years. And while study after study shows that single women are happier, much happier than single men. And not surprisingly, it coincides with the rise of this alpha male red pill culture. So you can either live in reality or you can keep relying on this made up idea that women are so scared of being single that eventually they're going to lower their standards enough to save you from becoming this bitter old alpha male virgin.
Oh, yes. Panel, thoughts on this guy? Because he's arguing against... Now, I am not interested in alpha male bullshit. I am not going to sell you some Chad bro, Giga Chad, alpha male. You know, that's not how it works. If you've got to talk about being an alpha male, you're probably not an alpha male. I'm just going to put it that way. But as far as women being happier than men... Yes, there are a lot of men under the age of 30 that are single and have not had any sexual partners. But to say that women are happier and that red pill is lying, well, that's just abhorrently false. Let him finish his point. It's only like, I think, another maybe half second here.
Virgin.
That was it. Just going to die a virgin. Okay, that was it. So, what are your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Okay, the problem with that being is that he is scaling it to a single age point, 30 years old. Where is the convergence points for a man's sexual marketplace value and a woman's sexual marketplace value? 30 years old.
Right.
So the whole reason why he's stating that women are happier than men under 30, regardless whether they're virgins or not, is because the women are going out and letting Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray Ray, and Juarez basically get all up in their system, and they're enjoying the high of it. And then once they get past the wall, they become just like the Wobolo we all saw in the first video, where they are coping and seething and having reality smack them in the face.
Speaking of Womolos, you're right. I was just gonna say, speaking of Womolos.
All right, Timmy, today's the day. We're gonna get down from these steps and then oh yeah.
Look at this fat ass squirrel.
Jesus Christ, ma'am, winter's right around the corner. You really gotta stuff these nuts down your throat, You might know 1, 2, or 5 things about that.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
something I would point out to this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, we've tried, we've played the game, and hasn't gone anywhere. Why should we continue?
Right. Well, he wants to blame the red pill as the problem. The issue is he fails to realize we're just trying to help you from screwing over your life. Of course, women in their 30s are happy riding the cock carousel. It hasn't hit them yet that they're about to be barren and men are only going to use them for sex. So any male attention women over 30 are getting is just to get their rocks off for an evening. These women still think these men, let me finish. These women still think these men in their 30s, women in their 30s think these men are hitting them up for relationships. It's just not so. They're still getting lots of male attention, but that's because a man is seeing how many more notches he can get on his belt. He doesn't care about a relationship or a future with you. You already have a past. You have no future with him. If he's going to take you seriously, you're 25 and under at this point. Now, that's not to say if you're 30 years old and in a relationship it can't work. That works all the time. But if you are single and you think men are going to take you seriously now, you're fooling yourself.
Well,
they ain't going to do it.
The other thing I want to ask, and this is just a question. Now, red pill, when it's not in a community like what we've got set up, yeah, I can kind of see where he's going, where it's a bunch of dudes just hating on the system. But communities like ours, aren't we generally trying to help one another to get through the nightmare that we're living in?
Yes.
I mean, where does this culture get this, over glorification of sex that everybody has got to have it, or you're just a loser, or you're just, what happened to valuing people who have their virginity? What happened to people valuing things that actually have merit and value in this culture, not giving it away needlessly to people who don't value yours in the first place? Virginity used to be a virtue in this country a long time ago. That's not something to make fun of people over. That is something to actually celebrate, because these people actually have a lot of virtue still in them. They're innocent. But yet you have a culture out here that thinks, you're just the biggest loser if you're not sleeping with 40 and 50 fucking women out here, or men if you're a lady. Where does this culture come from?
Yeah. The issue, I have an answer to your question. It's the destruction of morality. And a lot of people don't understand morality. As a matter of fact, I was just watching a video today on that answered your question quite well. I think his name is Alexander Grace. I might pull up his video. We might do a quick break. We are past the first half of the show. We are starting to get shorter on our shows, not so crazy long. If I mute you, it's because of background noise, by the way, talking to the panel. Anyway, I might pull up Alexander Grace because he brings up a good point. We'll only watch like the first couple minutes, but a lot of these people don't know what morality is. They have no concept of it. You and I do. Most of the people watching this show understand it. But there's an entire generation that's been raised without any understanding of morality, only of consent. And consent to them is morality. That's not morality. We'll get into that in a minute. I actually do want to touch on that now that you brought it up. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, though. Here's one we haven't done in a while. Let's just do this one. Okay, actually, it has the same clip that I brought up, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and look at that for a minute since it was brought up. See if I can get it on screen here. There we go. He'll talk about it a little bit. Like I said, only first few minutes of this one.
Glad we're starting to turn a new leaf and admit that shame needs to be brought back to society on a extremely aggressive level. The fact that girls will just go on the street and do interviews that
And
go
we
viral
saw this clip.
and say the craziest shit that you literally could not waterboard out of me. They'll just be like, yeah, I cheated on with his brother and then I sucked 10 dicks that night. And you're just like, yeah, this is good. No, that's a good, yeah, the fact that you feel no shame, embarrassment, remorse, like quite literally any of the things that make you not a sociopath is really
I 100% agree. For anyone who thinks that shame is not a positive force in this world, let me break this down for you. A world without shame is a world without morality, without standards, without a sense of right and wrong. If you have a moral code, a conscience, a set of principles, then shame is the natural reaction that you have, the emotion that arises when you act contrary to those principles. Let me demonstrate. As a man, you value integrity. So when you lie, cheat, defraud somebody, you act against that integrity, you feel ashamed of yourself, as you should. That's completely normal and natural. The shame that you're feeling is evidence that you do have a moral code. But therefore, if you have a woman who says, I have no shame, you can't shame me, what she's admitting is that she has no morality. Observe.
Y'all really on this app thinking you can hurt my feelings by slut shaming me when there is nothing wrong with being a slut? Try again, baby. I'm for the streets and I'm proud of it.
Because she has no morality, no sense at all that her sluttiness is problematic, she can't feel shame. Women like this actually don't know what morality is. The concept of some behaviors or some choices being more moral or less moral and they should be compared and valued against each other, that concept is completely foreign to women like this. They live in a moral wasteland. So you ask the question, in the absence of any standards for behavior, how do you judge morality? How do modern women who think like this determine whether something is good or bad, right or wrong? I encourage you to try it out. Find one of these modern women and tell them a behavior that you think is immoral. And I guarantee what's going to happen is she's going to say, it's completely fine so long as everybody gives their consent. They will never have a discussion about the actual merits of a certain behavior or choice. They'll always bring it back to consent, about whether or not people have made a choice to do that. Even if you try and argue your point on the merits, she's just going to become defensive and say, well, I have the right to do that. I have the freedom to do that. Who are you to try and control me? You say, I don't think women should sleep around. They shouldn't just have sex with anybody. And she says, who are you to restrict women's sexual choices? You say, I think women should embrace their femininity. And she says, who are you to dictate how a woman should behave? You can't control her. You say, I think it's wonderful when women celebrate and embrace motherhood. She says, stop trying to enslave women, forcing them to have children. Do you see the sleight of hand that is occurring here? You keep trying to have a discussion about the moral merits of an action, but she keeps reframing that discussion to make it about consent, always implying that you're trying to restrict her freedom, trying to control her behavior. This new generation of women has adopted the view that consent equals morality. In other words, any action that she takes is justified because it's her choice. It's good because she chose to do it. But you can see that doesn't really make sense. Consent is not a moral code. Whether or not you are free to choose to do something tells you absolutely nothing about whether or not that thing is good to do, whether that choice is a positive one or not. Consider this woman.
How long you been dating?
We're not dating.
Oh, but y'all hooking up?
Yeah. Hooking up.
Would you hook up with me?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Can I hug you?
Sure.
So gross. Okay, I'm going to make the case that this woman's actions and her choices are immoral. But first, I'm going to affirm all the things that she is free to do, all the things that exist perfectly freely within her own consent. She is free to wear that trashy dress that barely covers her underwear. She is free to be publicly intoxicated. She's free to have sex with a man that she's not even dating. She is free to disrespect that man by hooking up with another guy in front of him. All of these things she's free to do by her choice with her own consent. These are decisions that she's absolutely allowed to make. But none of that makes her choices moral. Morality is concerned with what is good, what is right, what is desirable. And by that standard, it's clear that self-destruction is not a good thing. Getting drunk, dressing slutty, sleeping around, disrespecting the man that you're with, this is not good. This is not helping anybody. This is to nobody's benefit. I could not disagree with this woman's choices anymore, but it is incredibly dishonest to frame my objections, my criticisms of her behavior as immoral, as in any way me restricting her freedom. Me saying that I think that she's acting really stupid is not violating or undermining her consent to live her life the way that she wants. Words are not violence, and my disapproval is not control. While I am ethically obliged to respect your freedom to make whatever choices you want with regards to your own life, that does not extend to me being forced to morally approve of all of your choices, to consider them.
Yes, I agree with him 100% on that. And that is Alexander Grace. If you haven't subscribed to him, I recommend him. We're going to tap out on that, but I think you get the point. We do. We have an entire generation that is devoid of morality. That is why these decisions to live their lives the way they do is so easy. And what MGTOW Outlaw was bringing up, they don't have morals. So for them, it's just, can I do it? Will the crowd agree with it? Then it's moral. That's not morality. And that's what's happening. That's what you're seeing.
Well, something I'm going to point out. A lot of people conflate morality with Judeo-Christian values, especially here in North America and in Europe. Morality is a behavioral code that society has accepted. If Jackal were on, he could probably verify this, but the Japanese code of Bushido was also a morality code. And that's something a lot of people don't acknowledge and don't accept.
I'm not familiar with that, but in sociology, we talk about folkways and mores. Folkways being things that are like pink hair, kind of weird, but we can get along with it. But I don't know, there's other things that are mores, like stealing. Those are mores. So what you're talking about goes along those lines, and those lines are becoming blurry. So back in the day, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it was a folkway to be a single mother. Or excuse me, a more. Folkway being more passive, more being hard line. It was something you were shunned for. It was almost better for you to leave town and your parents raise that child than for you to be a single mother. That's just how negatively that view was. That more has shifted now into a folkway. Crusader, are you proud of me for using big words? But that's what it is. Society has shifted, and things that were once upon a time don't do that are now, it's cool if you do that. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the other problem is with the enforcement of morality needs to it's because there were consequences that reinforce them. So long as the consequences fit the crime, I'm going to caveat with that.
Yeah.
So like you said, Rhino, if you were a single mother, you were shunned. Well, guess what? You had to leave town in order to make sure your children, you could leave your children with the grandparents, you could save them the shame of where they came from. There were other caveats to that, obviously. Say you had the one guy and girl right there where she goes up and hugs the dude that's interviewing her. You know what the good one of the consequences that would reinforce, that would actually show some sense of morality? He walks the hell away and he tells her, "Get your own freaking cat, get your own ride home."
Yep.
That is where we need to have emphasis on morality. Is, like I said, consequences that fit the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, this only works like that woman in that clip. This type of shit only works when the rest of the culture, for the most part, is also demoralized. Otherwise, the echo chamber that she's in doesn't work. She'll start actually questioning herself, which, don't get me wrong, she probably does to a degree, but because her peers are doing the same thing, everyone around her is doing the same thing and promoting it, she thinks it's okay. People literally are products of their environment, whether you agree or not. We are like the people around us to a degree. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Nate, you know about it. It's herd mentality, man.
It is.
That's
It really is. And the one thing that not many people are really seeing is there are these individuals that are out there bragging and gloating about, literally sticking you know what, you know where, whenever and however they please. Dude, that's not quote unquote alpha male behavior.
No.
If you're running out doing shit like that, that's stupid. I'll call it like I see it. When you have, when you got guys that are going out there and like pounding that one, Barney chick, the first one, like the Salvation Army drum, giving her the town bicycle treatment. That's not something to glorify. The only way these women can become single mothers is because of low quality, low tier men are going out there picking any port in a storm. That's how and why, where, and when this is happening and occurring. What needs to happen is the guys who value their own work ethic, their own effort, their time, effort, energy, their ability to provision, their ability to care for somebody. If they actually value that, they should value their biological matter far greater, because that's the one thing that will put them at risk above any and all other things. And going out there and, pulling the old spray and pray, which is the least effective form of birth control that I'm aware of, doesn't really work. And what we need to start doing as a society of men is we need to start shaming and ostracizing these men that are going out and doing this stuff. When we see this dude say, hey, dude, you were out in public with this girl. She left you, your arm's reach, to go after some other guy. She's his problem now. She is not worth your time, effort, or energy. She made her choice to walk away. Fine. If she thinks she's going to go out and, ride the rooster roller coaster, so to speak, and then she's going to, sit there and, cry and whine of where are all the good men. Well, she brought that on herself.
Yeah.
It's not a guy's job to be a captain, save a hoe, and to bring, provide and provision for her, because 40 to 80 is a very long time.
It is.
And that's what a lot of these people need to understand. And these women that are going out and doing this are low tier, low quality women. They're not worth your time, effort, or energy. And like they always say, you're the sum of the 5 most people you spend time with. If you're spending a lot of time with women like this, what does that tell you the tier and the quality of a man you are?
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
100%. Just did want to go over donations and super chats again really quick. We have Soldier Girl sent a Cash App donation for $20 for drinks. So thank you so much. And also Crusader Nate, who we were just talking to. $20 is $20. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to do after the show, but if you want to join the after party, I will shoot links towards the end, and you'll see what debauchery now I have to go through for that $20. It's
suck it up, you fucking wimp.
Now, I did say I would do a lot for $20 last night, so I suppose I earned that.
Yeah, you did. You did bring this on yourself, Rhino.
I said something like I would do some filthy debauchery for $20. But we're not done. We're not done. We're not done.
By the way, the audience
we're not,
needs to know we were above $500, and it was really filthy.
No. It didn't happen, so I'm lucky.
Oh, God. Are you sure about that?
Yes, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It's not happening, so we're good. Single for Life sent in a donation again for $1, which means we have to see what Outlaw is up to now. Let's find out.
Uh-oh.
What did he do now?
Uh-oh.
So it's time for the third block. This is the part of the show where we share some of the best videos and topics of the day. And this one will make you smile and maybe make you hungry.
Ooh, well, check out this little guy. A squirrel was caught chowing down on an egg roll in New York City. What is New York tweeted this video. It quickly went viral. The chubby animal may not have had any duck sauce to go with it, but he seemed pretty content as he munched on his afternoon snack there.
I think it's hilarious. It looks completely intact.
Yeah.
So
Loving it.
where did
That's heavy.
How did said squirrel find this?
Ingenuity.
There you go. I love those donations, man. Thank you. Those are fantastic. Every squirrel video I get makes me feel a little bit better.
Oh my God!
You know what we haven't done though? You know what we haven't done?
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy. Damn.
By the way, did you guys see that story I posted on Facebook earlier? For those of you who are following me on Facebook,
I did not.
A woman beat a guy with a squirrel.
Oh my God!
Oh,
she beat
didn't
him
she
with a
stab him
squirrel.
with the squirrel?
She stabbed him with a squirrel. Don't ask me how that happened.
I
How
heard
that's physically
about
possible.
A frozen
That sounds
squirrel,
kind of
maybe?
squirrely to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Technically,
there's
it
the
could be
dad
done.
joke.
I don't.
There are many methods to stab a man with a squirrel. Most involve frozen squirrels, but some are petrified squirrels.
On that note, we got a few more clips to get through, and then we'll get out of here. Thank you all that are still watching. Let's see what the numbers are over on Rumble. I have no hope for YouTube anymore, but let's see what Rumble's doing. Let's look at YouTube, actually. I'm just curious. We're on all three. What are we doing on YouTube? I don't even know. 124 views-ish. I don't know if I believe. Oh, that's the last episode. Let me double check.
Hey, get your shit together, man. Come on.
I'm trying to get my shit together, sir. How many are watching live on YouTube? I've only been doing this for a year, yeah. Let's see. All right, I can't even tell. 23 watching on YouTube. So, you know, YouTube sucks. I already know that. But most of you are transferring over. How many are watching on MGTOW? 7 currently on MGTOW. And on Rumble, these numbers aren't accurate, by the way. 29 on Rumble. But if I looked at the view count, it's usually much higher. So it doesn't show you accurate numbers on Rumble right now. There's got to be something going on. Because when we finished the show the other night, there was like 500 views on it. So Rumble's a place to be. Those of you over on Rumble are awesome. Thank you for watching over there. If you are watching on YouTube, I still like you. I just wish you'd go over to Rumble because YouTube is asshole. Alex Patino just jumped in. I must have woke him from slumber there. Let's see. For $5, he says, there's also a video of a groundhog eating vegetables in front of a security camera for 4 years. Video provided and gilded. I'm going to have to find that before we get out of here.
That one is awesome, by the way.
I'll find that link.
That's
and
Chunk.
I'll see if I can get it
and
open.
Chunk is hilarious.
Thank you, Alex, for the donation. I think we're all caught up. Yeah, we'll just do a couple more clips. I'll look for that gilded thing, and we'll get out of here. Let's see if I can get this working. There it is. No, that's not it. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've lost track of everything I'm doing.
Doesn't take much.
Yes. No,
that's what she said.
Nah. Wow. That's sad. Let's reload.
Michaela.
Where's the sound? Where's the sound? There's no sound.
Kids, if you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you've said you.
Damn it, go back.
As a single mother,
For those of you that
value as
for those of you that don't know, this is Rollo Tomasi and Michaela Peterson.
as a single mother, your value as a woman is less than somebody who does not have kids. If you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you've said you are, looking for a guy who's like at your age or older, the men who will be looking for what you're looking for aren't looking for you. They're looking for women who are much younger than you who do not have kids. Do you understand that?
Well, you seem to think that every woman is exactly the same, but I'm not the same kind of person as the woman you're talking about. I don't have an IQ of 100. I'm not a moron. I'm fairly attractive. I don't think I'm going to have an issue. And what I did decide was that I would rather be by myself. My concern wasn't
These are edited clips, by the way. Keep that in mind.
hypergamy. I'm going to go find someone older, wiser, smarter, better, richer, and do that. I just figured, hey, I'll just hunker down and work. At least I'll be happier by myself.
As a single mother.
So there you go.
By the way, guys.
Yes.
About her, she's with the man who is the father of her 2 children.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. If you didn't know that, she is. So she's a little more monogamous. Well, monogamous.
Monogamous.
I can't actually. I can't say that. At least he is stuck with her, and she is stuck with him. Let's just say that. Let's not get into. No, let's not get into that discussion. We already had the Porky Pig thing last night.
I still think it's something every man should try. I'm just going to promote it right here, right now, live. If you have a significant other and you want to spice up your bedroom life,
oh no!
Right when you get to climax, do your best Porky Pig impression.
Just when you're nutting.
There you go. Try that out. Spice up your love life.
Is Soldier Girl still in YouTube? You need
She's
to
still
see her
here, yeah.
response.
Oh.
She's losing her shit right now.
All right. Here we go. Like I said, we're cleaning up these clips. Let's just get through the last few here. This is if you're 40 and still single, watch this. Let's see what she has to say.
If you're 40 and you're still single, you have to listen to what I'm about to tell you.
You have to.
I think every
No, I
woman
don't.
thinks she knows her husband, yet you've never met him yet.
Oh.
I was dating a guy who said, I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids. And I don't know what I was thinking, but like for some reason I thought maybe I would be pretty enough, I would be attractive enough, I would be skinny enough, I would be intelligent enough to be able to enroll him to get married and have children. And it's almost like you're caught in a bubble and you don't even know that you're running out of pattern of safety. What I realized is that I had in my head.
Is anybody else getting like word salad vibes out of this so far?
I was ready to throw up, honestly.
I was waiting for the point. to kick
Honestly,
in.
I thought it was Gwyneth Paltrow reading a script.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes.
A timeline. And the timeline was when I hit 37, I needed to get serious about finding love. So I made a list.
That was like 27. You were like a decade behind the mark.
This bitch is obviously 48.
Yeah. Waiting until 37. I mean, your reproductive organs are at like what, 10% operation?
Dust. Anyway.
Maybe.
Of all the things, I
On
just
a
let
good
myself
day?
pour it out. Like, what are all the things that I want in a man? And I let myself uneditedly say, I want him to have an Aston Martin car.
That's not
I
a
want
word.
him to be 6'4".
Wait. Here we go.
Martin car. I want him to be
Oh,
6.
a little bit further.
Uneditedly say, I want him to have an Aston Martin car.
hate
I
that
want
word
him to
now,
be
editedly.
6'4". I want him to have a six-pack. I want him to be really committed to God. I think that there's a lot of women who have this desire in their heart to fall in love, and they keep dating people who are unavailable. Women will say, my husband.
Oh my God. It's like I mentioned this. It's because when you get to 37, they're looking for, as Jimmy might put it, a good time, not a long time. You know?
Hang on.
You're not wrong.
Her list, with the exception of Committed to God, she literally just described 007.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Literally. Yes.
Well, and you don't know that
Uneditedly.
about 007. He might be a God-fearing man, but he
Pierce
never talked
Brosnan
about
is an underrated 007, by the way. I said it here first.
if he's an angel of
But the truth
visions.
is in marriage,
All right.
you change.
You changed.
007 also had a kid.
Shut
Is
up.
like a needle in a haystack. Even if you get
What the
that,
fuck ever,
you're not
dude.
going to stay that way. You don't know who he is. You have to give a man a chance to get into your life. So you might think like he's too short,
Get
too
into your
skinny,
box.
too whatever, doesn't make enough money for you. All of that is protection. I went and had breakfast with my husband. I had already sized him up as not my husband. And then we ended up having a second date that day. By the time I got to dinner, Shanda showed up.
Oh.
Because I had
Who the
no
fuck is
expectation
Shanda?
anymore on landing my husband
Her
because I knew
sister.
he wasn't my husband. In front of me. And when I was with the human being in front of me, by the time I was done dinner, I felt this heart connection. And I was like, wow, we have the same value system.
Oh my God! It's like
I did them
it's
both
like,
then.
It's like she spent her 20s and 30s riding the Kuakaha carousel, and suddenly realized that maybe her standards were far too high, and met a guy at actually her level, and she went, "Oh, this is nice." An actual human being, not some standard that's delusional. Let's finish this nonsense, though.
I think this might be my husband. He drove me home, and when he dropped me
As
off,
men
he looked
do.
at me and he said, I'm not a crazy guy. I'm dating 5 women right now. And I'm going to touch them all.
Wait,
and
what?
I think that you're...
And I'm banging them all.
Yeah, well, and I've told men, be unabashedly like honest about it. If you are dating, it is a numbers game. Tell women that. Like, yeah, I'm currently dating 5 women.
In fact, I'm dating your sister.
There's a couple reasons for this, but one of the big ones is the abundance mindset. It's not about, yes, it's going to affect her mindset, because now she's going to be competing for you. So you could get into that, but this isn't about manipulation, right? What this is you having an abundance mindset, you knowing you have options, and you telling them, I'm going to pick what's best for me, not the other way around. Now, for them, that's going to do a whole bunch of things, build up the tingles, competitiveness, all of that. But for you, I want you, if you are going to date multiple women, and let those women know, the women that get upset about it, you would have never wanted anyway. So just keep that in mind. Now let's finish this, whatever this
And about
is.
a week later, I gave everything up, and I became a committed girlfriend.
All right.
So if you get nothing else from this message, do not believe the list that your ego has created, because
That's
it's
solid.
completely not true. And so I don't know what your vision is, and I don't know what it is that you want in a man, but I'm pretty sure that if he's not
It's
in
full
your
of
life right
shit.
now, you probably don't know either.
Yeah.
Because once you do know, in 90 days, he can be here.
Wow, that was inspiring. There you go. So basically, in a roundabout
say?
with dramatic piano music, she said, drop your bullshit list and maybe settle for a man that actually is within your range versus going for the 10s that only use you for the night. That's basically what she said.
Well, my question is, what body count do men have to have before they're a piece of shit?
That's a question for the panel. Anybody?
That actually, Jamie, you bring up a great point on that, because part of the female selection pattern is women are lazy when it comes to partners. Women always look for the men that have had other women, and they've been pre-selected by other women as being safe. That is a primal instinct that women operate by. If other women have trusted him to do this with him, have sex with him, have, relationships, having one night stands, if he's done this with 10, 15, 20 other women, he must be safe. That's women's way of justifying whether or not a man is safe to be with. Men, on the other hand, are the complete opposite side of that same coin. Men will look at women and say, hey, she's been riding the Rooster roller coaster and the carousel and everything else. I don't know if she knows how to be loyal and or committed. So she has more partners than I have family members, so she is a risk. I don't know if she has a kid, if that kid's going to be mine. That's the double-edged sword right there. Women are looking for men that have had multiple partners, and men are looking for women with the least number of partners. But women think that men are looking for women that have had large number of partners and quote unquote know what they're doing, when men are actually out there looking for women that know and understand what will bring a man peace, not looking at creating drama just because the woman is insecure, looking to satiate and satisfy her own wants, needs, and desires to be desired. That's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was just wondering the body count number for a guy before he's just considered a piece of shit. Like just in retrospect. No, I get that. I understand that. But in the eyes of this community, right? Like if we were to put it in this community, what is the number that places you on the shit list? Like, I'm just
Infinity.
curious.
That's an absolute great question. That's something that this community would have to come up with and say, okay, if we're going to say women can't have more than 2 or 3 sexual partners, okay, we set that standard for women. What is it for men? We
Well,
need
we're
to set that.
talking
We
about-
need to set that standard for us.
I
We're
think it
talking
might
about
be
something. Just really quick, we're talking about something that has more to do with just. Again, we're talking about sociology. Here is the question: At what point does your folkway become a moray? At what point are you a piece of shit? But you're not looking at the biological side of things. For example, there is, and I'm not an expert in biochemistry or anything like that, but I do understand the basics of pair bonding in women. After about 3 sexual partners, their ability to pair bond becomes broken and or damaged. In other words, much like someone who is hooked on drugs, they become addicted to sex and multiple sexual partners after about 3 partners on average. All right. Whereas men, and there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this biologically. Again, men are the disposable sex. Love it, hate it. It is what it is. When women had their men go off to war, die in battle, whatever it is, they had to jump to the next one, right? So that's where that kicks in if their initial partner dies, because they have to make sure there is a strong male there to protect, provide provision, and raise those children with her in a safe environment. For men, on the other hand, our incentive is to impregnate as many women as possible. Therefore, we lack a pair bonding mechanism that breaks in our brain after partners. We also are able to essentially, from the time we hit puberty till the time we die, create children. Therefore, when we're talking about your numbers there, for women, it's an obvious thing. The higher the number of partners she has, the less likely she is capable. This is why men care about body count. The less likely she is capable to stay committed to one man, and the higher her proclivity for cheating. Whereas with a man, it has no effect. And a man, even with 100 partners, can still find the one, and she's different, and she loves me, and settle down and stay committed to that woman long term. So to get on a shit list as a man for having a high body count, it would have to do something more with, is he spreading disease? Is he being a complete scumbag? Is he, I don't know, being a Jody? That sort of thing.
Does he have multiple kids with multiple women? That's
since you said 100, I'm good
I just
then.
put a number out there, man.
But no, like it was just a question because, like, no matter who you focal down to, like, even if you go down to a woman who's had only 2 or 3 sexual partners in her entire life, you just knocked off 99.7% of all women. So your chances of ever getting the 0.3 go down dramatically.
Yes, that's the problem. That's why this community exists.
I understand that, but everybody's got a pass. Like, my wife had ex-boyfriends. I'm not naive. I'm sure they made out. And
made out and poking fun is different things, dude.
Listen, the thing is what you're
the joke.
What you're getting at is exactly the issue. Just because everyone has a past, that goes back to morality. We are eroding morality. Not everyone should have a past. Our society has allowed it, like a cancer, to infect our way of thinking. Now, Cliff, you had something you were going to say. I'm going to let you jump in really quick.
No, you already brought it all up with the different methods how a guy can be a scumbag through his actions. Mine was going to be basically, if he's spreading his seed and basically fathering a bunch of children and he has no care or means to take care of them, I think that's where he shows that he's a scumbag. At least that would be my criteria.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I wasn't out there spreading diseases or anything like that. I was just wondering if there's a male cap for partners that makes him a scumbag. That's where I was getting at. So if I said, hypothetically, I've been with 72 women, right?
Okay.
At what point does that make me a scumbag? Because I enjoyed my 20s. I was about get in, get off, get out.
It doesn't, unless you have 72 children you don't know about. You know,
This
then there's a
conversation
problem.
never happened if any of them are watching.
The point is, sir, you don't. Society is done that too. It's always, the Giga Chad thing, like, oh yeah, I got in your pants tonight. Like, that's another thing. Men really aren't shunned for it. Now, I will tell you this personally. It is of my opinion that if you are out there sleeping with every woman you can because you can, mic check again, please. Not sure where or who or what. Okay.
Well, you kept muting my ass, and my house was quiet.
I'm gonna do it again. Anyway, what was I saying? See, this is exactly where you got to check the mics. It is of my opinion that if you are sleeping around with a bunch of women and you think that's okay, you are creating the women that are making this harder for everybody. You are creating the women that are meant for the streets by turning them into women for the streets. So men shouldn't be really doing it either. That's my opinion. Now, are you going to be shunned for it? Not really. Should you be doing it? I don't know. If you think it's okay and your friend thinks it's okay and I think it's okay and everybody on this panel thinks it's okay and we all just go fuck every woman we meet, how many women are left that haven't rode the cock carousel? See what I'm saying? So as men, maybe we should start holding each other accountable and raising the bar a little bit. Maybe.
I'm reminded of something Nate has said many times, especially when we do the, delusional test.
Mm-hmm.
Is a lot of us where we think, we're nothing special when it comes to our economic, our social demographics. But when you look at statistics, all of us are within like pretty high percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I hear him always say, fucking act like it.
Yeah, it's your part.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, it comes down to when you know the consequences of what you're doing out here sleeping with these women and you choose to ignore it. When you're aware, when you're made aware that there can be diseases spread, your pair bonding ability can be destroyed. Like Rhino said, you're helping aid these women with this fantasy of wanting the body count stack. Yeah, I mean, in my humble opinion, is when men know the consequences and they proceed anyway. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong.
Tying in on what both Rhino and Outlaw have been saying. Now, granted, this is just my outlook, my opinion. Probably not worth the oxygen I'm expending on it. But guys become the jerk when they're doing this stuff, when they're going after women that are already in relationships. There was a term back in older generations, the home wrecker. Most of the time they were referring to
Jody.
women. Say again?
Yeah, Jody.
Most of the time they were referring to women, but there's a lot of men that fell into that category as well. The
Very
stereotype of the traveling salesman and the milkman exists for a reason. Now, the other thing I'm going to point out is are those guys that are spreading disease, those guys that are just upset at the universe and using other people for their own pleasure, they also need to be shunned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Agreed.
S-shaming existed for a reason with women for a long time. It also used to exist with dudes.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Jody was a term used in the military.
Yeah.
For men who come around after the husbands left.
Yep. That would put you on the list, in my opinion.
But that gets you on beat on site list.
Yeah. But let's let's get through the remainder of these so we can get out of here, because we're a little over on time. Granted, it's been a good discussion, so it's okay if we're a little over, but I do want to bring up what we had over in Gilded. Just to kind of break the seriousness for a second. We'll take a look at this.
Is that sunflower?
Oh. Well, I'm not a groundhog, so
This groundhog essentially is stealing all of this farmer's crops, stopping by his security camera and eating it all in front of the camera for the farmer to see, which cracks me up.
And he ain't sharing it with the bitch. You go, pimp.
Now he's sharing.
That hoe ain't make you no money.
Get you
What you gonna do?
Yeah, pick the carrot up. Hell yeah, son. Fuck the carrot up.
Oh, he just pops up.
That is such bullshit. That is Chunk, and he's a pet.
What's up, bro?
See, I don't even need to eat all the food.
Oh, there I am.
Squirrel.
There I was.
I'm pretty sure he let out a racial slur. He ain't fucking around.
Yeah, this is how big my dick is, bro.
Oh, damn, he's going after the superfoods now.
What you gonna do about it, bitch? Show life.
That's the same size bite he took out of your wife's ass.
Wow.
You know, that groundhog had to have known that camera was there for him to be doing that all the time.
No kidding.
I'm eating an apple, motherfucker. Yeah.
I wonder if the camera is behind a two-way mirror.
This is what
so
I'm
he's
gonna
like
do
staring at
to
himself
your
while he's eating.
So?
This is what I'm gonna do to your titties,
probably.
Well, you can probably see his reflection. That's probably what caught him.
Yeah.
Did he just wink? He just winked. This is what I'm gonna do to your pussy, girl. Yeah. You see that? You take another bite. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The fuck you staring at, cuh?
You can tell that this thing was inspired by Bill Cosby.
No, it wasn't. Otherwise, there'd be other groundhogs passed out.
I'm gonna eat this the tomato soup,
I just wonder, with today's society, how many Cosby sweaters we're going to see in the Smithsonian.
No.
Hey, this fat ass groundhog.
Wait, is that the children that fat bitch was talking about?
Oh no.
Jesus Christ, they're lip smacking more than her fucking ass cheeks were clapping during that maneuvers in her video.
Yeah, girl.
Worst thing about banging a fat chick, they never stop fucking clapping.
Oh,
You can even go slow. It's like, bam.
Let me get a ball up in your cheeks, girl. Chew on it like this.
Actually, I take that back. This is probably a demonstration of what happened to her children.
Oh shit!
The groundhog caught on.
I like how every time someone says something fucked up, the groundhog runs off. Good timing on that.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
what is this? What is this? What is this? What is that?
All right,
What is this?
Bob? Where's Polska Bob? Let me get that phone number from Polska Bob.
All right, we got two
You
more,
want
then we're
Polska's number?
done.
I can get it to you.
Two more, and then we're out of here. All right, we made it. Almost.
But
Let's
did
get
we?
this one out of the way. Kind of, I hope. Assuming there's not too much more waffling.
When I said, what was your name again? If you said you don't remember, and I said, no, I'm so sorry. And you said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me.
Exactly. Humbled. Look at the face. Humbled. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca. Today, I'm gonna look at a video from Matthew Hussey, and the title of this video is called "She Turns the Tables on Me, Watch My Reaction." So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Let's get you a microphone.
Check. All right. So my name is Tanu, and my question in and around goes for attraction. I do get asked for dates, but I'm never interested in those dates. And the guys whom I'm interested in, they are never interested in me.
All right, guys, what she is explaining is hypergamy. She wants the top tier guys. She wants the top 10%, top 5%. She wants the 8s, 9s, and 10s. And unfortunately, she's not an 8, 9, or 10. She's average, which is not a bad thing. But most women are shooting for that top tier guy, and they're getting left single because those men don't want her. All right, guys, if you're liking this reaction so far, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below because it really helps out my channel grow, and let's keep watching.
I mean, does this lady not like the guys like pressing her forehead?
You seem very intelligent. So if you were to have a guess at it, why do you think that they don't see you as the sexual partner? Instead, they see you as the friend. If you were to guess.
Okay, this is my guess. I don't have a very friendly face.
I have IED under my chair.
I say aloha to the snack bar.
Jesus Christ.
What was your name again? If you said,
oh shit. Look what you made me
You're all
do.
going to die. And
I pity a fool who doesn't dial a 1-800-ARAB.
If you were to guess.
Okay, this is my guess. I
You also
don't
realize
have
her
a very
dates can't take
friendly
her out to a
face.
steakhouse either.
Pod.
Have another guess. Because if you didn't have a friendly face, no one would want to be your bro.
That's true.
Exactly, I'm their bro friend, but I'm not
No.
their girlfriend.
But why do you think that is? It's not because you don't have a friendly face.
I really don't know, Matthew.
I think she does know, but she doesn't want to put it on blast. I think a lot of
want
women
them
know
big
why
dicks
they are
over
in
6
the friend
foot.
zone, or why they are not attracting the men
I
that
don't
they
think
want.
Sexy when you said Matthew.
I'm going to blow this auditorium up.
I wish you'd do that more often. I wonder. I'm sorry. Did you tell me your name?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Allah.
You forgot?
Allah Akbar, bitch. Don't you make me press the button.
And you said I was
Slightly different
special,
culture,
but you gave me
gentlemen.
the mic.
I will press the goddamn button.
Maybe we should go for a beer and talk about it.
Don't you dare call me bro. I break your head, I promise.
I can tell you straight off the bat why this woman is single and why so many women are single is because they're argumentative, because they're combative. She is responding in a way that is masculine, and it turns men off. If you are matching his energy
Facts.
with masculine energy, he's going to treat you like a bro. He's going to
Fucking
treat you like one of the
facts.
guys. But that's exactly what feminism has done to women. It has made women believe that masculine energy is the only energy to match masculinity with. This is exactly why this woman and many of these women are single and going to a Matthew Hussey conference and spending money to learn how to be flirtatious. Let's continue.
Well, have you finished berating me in public?
No.
No, I mean, like, I'm really here for the question of attraction because
Girlfriend.
it never lasts. That's
My
question.
father said I was
Never
brought
lasts.
by a
I was
crow.
just flirting with you, and you shouted at me.
You forgot my name. I'm not interested suddenly.
But why did you use that opportunity to get angry with me?
No, I'm not angry
Exactly.
with you. I'm letting you know.
We could have had
Because
such a
I
little
blow you
fun
up in your
flirt right
country.
now.
Exactly.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, and then you have girlfriend in the back over there shouting, trying to get her spotlight, trying to get attention on her. Women, y'all.
It's a tad forward.
I'll give you goat if you plow me.
Let's just stay. Let's stay with you. I still
give you
have.
free
I
gun
still
insurance,
need your
right?
name. If you
Stop it.
Stanu.
T-A-N-U.
Stanu.
Okay. That energy you had with me when you were.
Why is homegirl
when
sitting
you
by
were having
herself
a
on
bit
the
of
floor?
a go at me.
I don't know.
That's actually not bad.
Oh,
I
that
just
feminine
have it
energy.
slightly differently. This is the thing to know. There are millimeters between you getting what you're getting now and you getting everything you want. Millimeters. I promise you.
Millimeters.
I know. I
That's
promise
something we
Thank
don't
you.
use here.
Thank
you
you.
had just said,
My father didn't suicide bomb for me to get treated like this.
when I said, what was your name again? If you said you don't remember.
All right.
And
Hold
I said no.
up. Just for a minute. Just for those of you in the audience that don't know, the Indian culture is a little bit different from the towelhead culture. Just a little bit. One worships elephants, the other one worships this guy you can't draw pictures of. So.
Hang on, Ryan.
Baphomet.
There's an easier way to hang on. There's an easier way to remember this. One culture will happily blow you to smithereens just for talking about their religion in a way they don't like.
Yes.
The other one will call.
Durka.
The other one will call you at random times, trying to get you to buy extended warranties for your car
There
service.
you go. So don't hate on your 7-Eleven clerk, okay? I'm just saying. It's not their fault.
I'm so sorry. And you said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me.
Exactly. Humbled. Look at the face. Humbled.
We missed
because
this.
she knows that
What the fuck? Now we got to watch this again.
What
No,
was
we
your name
don't.
again? If you said,
Yes, we do.
You don't remember.
Jesus.
And I said, no, I'm so sorry. And you said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me.
Exactly. Humbled. Look at the face.
Oh, that's actually a good
Humbled.
The
line.
body language.
Because she knows
I do like the line.
that she is aggressive. She knows that she's combative. She knows
Bro,
that. A lot of
that's a
women know
decent
that.
line.
A lot of these women
She knows
are
she's a
sitting
cunt.
here, paid money for this conference to hear that. And, sometimes they just do need to hear that and be humbled in front of other women.
Can you imagine how refreshing that would be if a woman did that? Because I can think of many, if I were to do that, like as a male shit test, if you don't know about shit tests, check out some of our other episodes. But if I were to be like, what was your name again? Most women would be like, the fuck? Like they'd get all defensive, they'd get up from the table, they'd act like you're a big fucking man whore that can't remember who you slept with that night. That's how it goes. But he's like saying that if she would have taken the approach like, well, I'll tell you again, but you gotta make up for that. Like that is such like first of all, it makes it not awkward. Now I do know your name in case for some reason I forgot or didn't remember or whatever.
I
You know
never
what I
want
mean?
to see you again.
But also it was kind of a flirtatious way of approaching. It was brilliant. It's feminine, it's forgiving, and it was kind of flirty. It was cool. It was 3 Fs. I like it. There you go.
Women. Sorry.
Women.
All right.
Take cues from that.
Now we have tension.
Exactly.
Can you see how tiny the difference is between the two? One of them, I feel shouted at. The other one, I'm like, oh, I'll make it up to you. We'll figure out a way.
Yeah.
See? Brilliant.
So a tiny difference. So when I say you're millimeters off, I'm not saying that to encourage you. I'm not saying it to flatter you. I'm not saying it to sugarcoat. I think you know by now I don't sugarcoat things. I'm saying it because I truly know. The difference between everything you want and where you are now is this. So let's talk about some ways to do it, shall we? Thank you so much.
And that's it on that one. We've got one more clip and we'll call it a night. But yeah, I mean, imagine just going from combative to flirty. You're doing the same thing, but you're changing the way you're interacting. And instead of being aggressive and a pain in the ass, quite frankly, you turn it into a little bit of a flirt. That That sums up what's wrong with modern women. Modern women want to act like Chad bros. They want to fucking throw fists the second they don't get their way. So, panel, your thoughts?
Well, I guess nobody all talk at once, right?
Right.
Right. Yes.
I think what you're kind of going on there about, or what he was going on, the difference between a flirt and a confrontational interaction is just kind of like the intent. Have the same energy there, but it's kind of the intent that you're having. You're being combative, you're being debative, you're not being engaging. You're somehow feeling offended, or you got to take a stance, or they're feeling like they have to take a stance. When in reality, I'm pretty sure he was just baiting her with the entire, oh, what was her name again?
He was.
Right. Yep.
And you could, if you look at her body language, the way she's sitting, the way she's carrying herself, the facial expressions that she's having,
very masculine.
Well, no, not even very masculine, but the way she's sitting, the way her legs are crossed, the way she's sitting in her chair, the way her arms are crossed, her spinal posture, her facial structure, the way the facial muscles are, their quote unquote resting position. It's a very combative, upfront, more of a direct, hostile approach. And realistically, what would be more beneficial for women in situations like that, if she were to actually turn a little bit sideways in her chair, not have a direct frontal exposure like she was sitting, that tactic right there subconsciously would affect men differently. The other thing that women can do, and many women do often do, is they, with their flexibility, they will actually contort their bodies in a certain way to give the visual illusion of curves that will entice men visually. That's something she didn't do and wasn't doing. Something like that would actually activate primal urges in his brain. And the simple fact of the way that she was going through the entire conversation like that, why am I just now thinking of maybe I should come up with a way of like coaching women?
Well, there's money in it.
Well,
obviously there's money in it.
But she started the conversation with him combative.
Exactly. Well, yeah. There are a lot of ways that she did that.
Well, she could have just lowered her voice, and that would have helped her dramatically. She made a point to yell everything she said.
Yeah.
She wanted to be the loudest, bitchiest person in the room, and she got caught on it.
Yeah.
But the sad part is some guys like that shit.
We call that
some do. Right, there's some guys that are into that, and she gambled and she lost on it.
Yeah.
She got called on it, and that's a risk she has to be willing to take. Because
listen, bro.
Exactly. And with the way this woman is speaking, the words she's choosing to use, the way she's looking at him, you notice how when he gets a little bit closer to her and he kind of hunches down, she tries to sit a little taller in her seat, like she's kind of fidgeting, like she's ready to stand up, and she wants to confront him face to face. That's
because she realized he was looking down on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he deliberately was.
Yeah. He treated her like a child, and it worked.
Yeah, and she had a little temper tantrum about it. But the one thing she was saying is, how come it's the guys she wants that don't find her attractive?
Right.
He did her a great disservice by not, informing her, hey, look, you're chasing an 8, 9, or a 10, a guy that is in the top 5% of men genetically. So you're chasing that top tier male individual, the most sought after men, and you're not one of the most sought after women. I'm sorry. That's just not what you're doing. You're not doing that correctly.
Well,
yeah.
The biggest problem, and this is what sucks, and and I can't even say this because a lot of Middle Eastern women are extremely gorgeous. A lot of them are. Like Egyptian women are fucking downright goddesses, usually 9 times out of 10. The biggest issue that Arabic women face is that a porn star replaced all of them as far as look, expectation, and body functions. That's that's everything that's going against them now because this one chick, we all know who it is, set the term for every woman that's Arabic and every woman's Arabic duties.
Yeah.
Like most Arabic women are this.
I'll disagree with that because it happened long before that. Where do you think belly dancing came from?
Well, yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, belly dancing was a Western thing.
No, it
Also,
was not.
No.
In the chat here really quick, we have a super chat from Agent of Doubt who did not make it tonight, but sticking true to his communist beliefs. For $10, he says, comrades, all hail the rhino, which is red, like the pill of the movement in which we communally share intel on the awoken purple-haired infidels. Thank you, sir. Also, Single for Life has new footage of the squirrel, so we need to take a look.
Oh, God.
Where'd it go? There it is. All right, there we go.
Wow.
Appropriate. Horrible fat squirrel.
Drunk squirrel link in the chat.
That's good shit. God damn it.
Drunk squirrels.
All right, we got one more, and then we got to get out of here. Let's do this last one, shall we? God damn it.
God.
All right, what was I doing? Let's see. There we go. Here we go. Last video of the evening.
Life has been more fulfilling for me since my mid-30s than it ever was before
This is brought to you by FBE Capital, by the way.
that. So just know that your best years are ahead of you and you are never too old and it's never too late.
This is probably the loneliest I've ever felt in my life. And I'm in therapy and I'm in a codependency group.
I'm so done. You have so much leverage and so many options, I can't even tell you.
When the check came, he asked me for $6.
Definitely think that I will stay alone forever. My God.
Jesus Christ. Are we not opening doors anymore? Are we not doing that?
Never used a dating app in your life? Well, the good news is you're about to have so much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. You see, right off the bat, we can see why so many women are nowadays struggling in dating because they've been lied to over and over by other women, telling them that they are perfect goddesses that every man is dying to be with. However, the reality is that's simply not true.
And maybe Sunday night we'll go and have a really fun night, something that you want to do. And instead he canceled on me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very hurt. It's just very sad for me, and I'm very sad inside.
You see, she's finding out in real time that for women, dating is easy when they are young, but it gets much and much harder as they get older, despite all the nonsense being spread on social media about how their 30s and 40s are their best times ever, because the women following this advice are having a seriously terrible time at it.
I'm officially done with dating right now. I deleted my apps, taken a break.
When I find that it's becoming too much or starts hurting my feelings or starts feeling like a job, I delete all my dating apps and take a break. And that's how you keep your sanity.
And he said, yeah, I already ate, but if you stopped and picked up some food, I'd eat again.
I've done that.
Is the bar that low that you want me to drive to you and buy you food?
Yes.
This dude basically ordered free Uber Eats and a side chick to go. But no, the bar isn't that low. She has simply been confronted with the fact that the balance of power has shifted as women get older, and they start finding out the hard way that if you are still dating at that age as a woman, it's going to be way more difficult to keep a guy interested, because women always take any form of rejection as somehow a loss for the guy and never seem to reflect inward on how they might actually be lacking.
Men who are unable to be honest, men who are unable to communicate.
So I just looked at Bumble this morning and he's deleted his account.
What is going on in this world?
He got sober.
Absolutely his
That's all
loss.
he's looking at.
We don't want
Yeah,
you,
absolutely
Bogart.
his loss. Really? What exactly did he lose here? Now, this is exactly the type of nonsense I'm talking about that women are constantly bombarding each other with, never telling each other the actual truth, and keep telling each other that they are simply perfect as is and that no change is needed at all.
Attract whatever you want and whoever you want just by being you.
Activate your inner goddess, your goddess energy.
I want a man that is going to provide for me, that's going to treat me like a princess, that's going to be loyal.
You don't have high standards. You just haven't met someone yet who is willing to put in the time and effort to meet your standards.
So I know that I am worth more and that I deserve more. And the thing is like I am incredibly giving and kind and loyal.
Giving up that
ass.
And probably extremely argumentative and difficult and a pain in the ass to be around. Look at that face. Does that look like a face of just sweetness to you, or just something that's gonna henpeck you to death? Fuck that.
That reminds me of a song that's like 20 years old.
Intelligent.
Oh.
Oh, here
Yeah.
we go. Emotionally intelligent.
No, no. Just looking at her and the way she's speaking, the way her mannerisms, the way she's talking, that reminds me. There's a song. I got 99 problems.
And a bitch ain't one.
Step into your goddess energy.
Right.
Is it
Please
just
drop a
me,
like
or
on the
does she
video
look like
if you
Chris
think that
Rock?
TikTok is just rock.
Say what?
Don't she look like Chris Rock, kind of?
This one?
Yeah. Just a
Keep
little
my
bit.
wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm not seeing it.
It doesn't
but-
help. She's
Yeah.
90.
Look at me wearing a dress. Hey, yeah, man. You got me in a wig.
So this is the example of too many fucking women who took the goddamn Kardashians' advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
She's
shit.
like
I would
90%
told me to wear a
plastic here.
wig and a dress, and that's what I'm doing. God damn it.
I'll take an ugly
weird
chick
how-
who's confident over a hot chick who's just a whore.
It's just
Yeah.
weird to me how accurate Outlaw's depictions are of many things when he does his acting.
I have to ask you a quick question.
No.
When you say
Yes, what's up?
Kardashians, are you talking about the fictional aliens from Star Trek or the whores in California?
No. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move
Running
on.
away their brains with
wanted me to
absolutely
wear a
terrible
dress.
dating advice.
Whores in
telling
New
more lies
Jersey,
to women.
sorry.
And comment down below what you think. Now, this goddess mentality was working out great when they were in their early 20s, having every single guy drop to their knees to please them. However, as they get older and their list of demands gets longer, the guys that meet all of those requirements are not
Right there,
only having
Chad.
many more options to
Fuck you.
choose
Look
from,
at that
but they're
Chad,
starting
bro.
to ask
Not giving a
themselves,
fuck.
what do these older women now offer other than a smile and a long list of demands?
Oh, that's a
Today was
feminist
the
for
first
sure.
official date with, I'm going to call him Superman.
Well, that didn't age well. I think I'm
She
being
hasn't
ghosted.
aged well either.
No.
Great.
I wouldn't sleep with him. I actually asked him if he was emotionally
mother?
available, to which he replied, "No, I don't think I am."
Ooh.
And well,
Where'd you
it
get
sort
the
of downward
1960s
spiraled
mom
from there.
glasses, bitch?
Yep. She thought that she had found Superman. And to be fair, she probably did. I'm sure he was great on paper
fuck all
and checked
these
all the
women.
boxes,
I am
which is
great.
why she decided to go out with him in the first place. However,
I've got
he
that,
selected her as just one of many options,
yeah,
and
dude.
that's why he bounced.
Isn't it like I was talking about this earlier? That's exactly it. Like, ladies, if you want to screw around in your 30s and your 40s, matter of fact, if you just want to waste your 20s, just prepare to be the living sex doll in your 30s till you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's it. That's all you are at that point. You fucked around and you found out. And finding out is half the battle.
When he saw that she wanted something serious and he just wanted to have fun. This is something that many other women are finding out as they get older.
Because I assumed that we were exclusive, but I asked him if he was talking to anyone else or seeing anyone else, and he said, well, am I going on dates? No, but I'm talking to other women, and I was like shocked.
Really? You were shocked?
Absolutely shocked.
You were
And-
shocked. Oh my God, you were shocked. You were shocked. Like, women don't do this. And this is another thing that goes with the abundance mindset. Another reason I tell you, just it's a numbers game. It's not about the one. It really isn't. There's several ones. Pick one. Just play the numbers game. It's fine. Women do this all the time. They have options. Matter of fact, they're going on the dinner date with you and bringing the leftovers back to Chad that they're going to get their back blown out by. They've got options. So when they look at you and they go, "Oh, I'm shocked that you would actually have options." What? Did you just think he was the low-hanging fruit that you were going to suck dry? I don't mean his dick. I mean his wallet. Sorry, ladies. It's not happening for you.
Probably really brokenhearted because I probably could have, things could have gone great.
Now this one is actually hilarious because she couldn't possibly fathom the idea that the guy would be talking to other women. Now in reality, guys are usually doing a little bit more than talking, but she really bought into the goddess mentality that she would be the center of his universe and that dating as a woman in your 30s and 40s would be so much fun.
So much fun.
Yep, so much fun. Now don't get me wrong,
know this bitch.
As women get older, they can still easily get married.
Tell me what?
I think I know this bitch. I think she works at my company.
Oh no!
This
what are usually doing a little bit more.
No,
than
I
talking,
did not
but
fuck
she
her.
really-
This one?
No, the blonde from the one in the car.
That's her.
No, not that one. That one.
She's not blonde.
Yeah, she is.
I don't fucking know. Let's
Well,
move
she's
on.
got
So
dark
much
roots,
fun.
but who
Now,
cares?
don't get me wrong here. As women get
Oh,
older, they can still
just farted.
easily get many dates. That's not really the problem. What is the problem is that these guys
Oh,
that
look
they
how
actually
angry
want
she
to
is.
date are going to put
So
in less and
angry.
less effort and are more likely to only
That
be
chick
interested
needs to
in
eat a
casual
pizza.
hookup.
In the text,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
told me
Well,
that he's
okay.
still with his
Why are
current
you trying to
GF,
show your tits when
despite
your
the fact
face is like literally a gorilla cookie? Like, what the
Because that's all she really has to offer, and she knows it.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. That jawline has enough room for 2 fucking Tyson tattoos.
My God, let's
Never
carry
with me.
on.
He told me he never wanted to be in a long-term relationship again. And then he shared that she has been with women before and has a threesome fantasy. And naturally he thought of me, and he wanted to know if I was single and possibly interested.
See, this guy had
my
no
God.
problem sleeping with her, but he straight up told her, "I don't want a girlfriend." After which, he goes off and finds
like
an
to do
actual
that for my
girlfriend,
basement.
who I'm assuming is younger than she is, and the fact that he even texted her about a threesome after he broke up with her
You like
clearly
that?
shows that he did
I
not
like
take her
that.
seriously at all. And this is a sad reality for most women who are dating as they get older or are dating after a divorce. However, the lies and terrible advice don't just stop there, because in addition to creating this false fantasy land of dating in your 40s, women are now also telling other women to definitely don't do things that men actually appreciate,
Is that a
or look
great
for in a
value,
woman,
Ariana
or you
Grande?
become a pick-me
Yes.
girl, which is simply
Say that again. Dollar
Is that
General.
Is that a Kirkland's Best or a great
Kirkland's
value?
Best. Close enough.
Ariana
Yes.
Grande.
Yes, it is. Yes,
A
it is.
Sam's Cola. Is that a Sam's
Yes.
Cola right there that I'm looking at?
Yes,
Ariana
it is.
Grande?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
great
it's
value. Pop.
Just every single one of these women are just setting themselves up for failure. Every single one here.
breaking them down even more.
I am not dating because I just found out, thanks to TikTok, that I am a pick-me girl in recovery. All this time, I thought that I was so
Get off
loving
TikTok,
and so
you
giving
stupid
and
bitch.
such a great partner. And I am, if you're looking for somebody who completely denies their own needs and wants and is like a Stepford wife.
Oh,
yeah,
boo-hoo.
definitely don't be
Jesus
nice
Christ.
and loyal to your boyfriend or husband, right? I mean,
And
that
there's
would be an
great
insane
value,
request.
There's great value. What's her name? What's the bitch that started Me Too? The charmed bitch. The witch
No.
bitch. What's her name?
Rose
Which
McGowan.
one? There was 2 of them.
Not Rose McGowan. The other one. What was her name?
Shannon Doherty?
Oh,
No. Alyssa Milano.
That's
All right, we're
great
gonna get
value.
to the
Shannon
rest of
Doherty
this.
is just dying of cancer, so it doesn't
Continuing
matter.
on.
Oh,
So this is the vicious circle I'm talking about, of broken single women giving terrible advice to others who then become broken as well, and will join them into giving more terrible advice to more women and sell more lies about the joys of dating as they get older.
Dating is actually super fun after divorce.
Yeah.
I texted him saying that I was done. I didn't hear from him. I texted him again saying, hey, are we going to hang out? And nothing. And it was, I would say painful, but that wasn't the right word. I was living in a sea of pain.
Super fun.
Oh,
I
shit.
had no more heart
to break.
I thought she was going to
Right.
say Steven
So
of
much
Pain.
fun.
She
Remember
could be
the
an
Uber
actor.
Eats girl who got ordered like takeout, being depressed about how low the bar was set?
Is
I
the bar
still
that
feel like
low?
so bad for these chicks. Like,
Men,
you just don't even know.
do better.
Well, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
it's
she
men's
actually
fault.
gives out as
It's always men's
advice to
fault.
other women.
So number
Hey,
one,
can
I
you
think
pause
it's
it for
really
half a
important
second?
to have an older
No.
gentleman.
But yes, what's up?
Okay,
Holy crap,
all these
it's a long
TikTok
ass
women
video.
want to say men do better.
Yeah, that's
And
all women.
well,
all women
hang
say
on,
that. All women say
there's
men
a,
do
there's
better.
there's actually a point I want to go to with this.
Just a tip?
They tell us that we need to do better, and you know what? She's right. She is right. We need to stop going for the little floozies in the bar. We need to stop going for the little chicks that are willing to drop trow just because a football player gives them a good look. We need to start going for the women that actually have morals, ethics, values, principles, and standards.
Well,
But
yeah.
for the most part, men aren't going to do that because we're biologically programmed to, how would Pop put this? Spread seed like an old broken bird feeder.
I was thinking park slam it, leave it with fluid leaking upside down in a parking lot. Anyway.
Choose whatever
I think
Popism
the
you want,
problem-
but on this one, this little twat does have a point. We need to do better.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
you can do better, but I have the feeling a lot of these women are the ones that want the 666 or
Well, yeah.
within 90% of that, but that is still a 2% representation of the population demographic. There's only so much we can do. We can't change our height. We can change our bodies in a way that, well, not every one of us can get a six-pack with, what is it?
Not with those sun
12 to
chips.
15% body fat. Most are capable of it. It is a matter of work ethic, discipline, and regimen. Your money. In this economy, there's not enough work out there, not enough high pay enough work for inflation to keep up.
No.
Girls have got to learn to lower their standards to what is acceptable, not exceptional. Because
Fair enough.
50, 60K a year, yeah, that's good for a single person to be almost not financially independent, but get by with some comfort, unless you want to budget a little bit more to build your personal wealth up over time, very, very slowly. But 50, 60 is just not very much.
Brandon Trueblood in the chat. I have to jump in really quick. Brandon Trueblood in the chat says all women look like Chris Rock to Outlaw when he's been ODing on canned chicken Vienna sausages.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
that was one time, okay?
Oh my God.
It only takes one time. That's all it takes.
I could have
Oh,
died.
shit.
From that.
It was good. It was good. All right, gentlemen. We're not going to do traditional final thoughts, but if anybody wants to have a last word this evening on this subject tonight, feel free to jump in.
Fuck y'all. That's all I got to say.
And this is why we're not getting monetized this episode. Thanks, Tom.
Right.
Anybody else?
Everybody just keep living the dream.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to put these guys backstage. The link to join the
I like
after
tater
party.
tots.
Oh my God. The link to join the after party is, of course, in the chats. So also in the Gilded. If you didn't see the Gilded link, it's in the chats on MGTOW, Rumble, and YouTube. We're going to get out of here. Thank you again for watching. I know this was a longer one. Still pretty good on time. We were an hour over what I would like, but you guys all hung out. It was a good time. Hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you next Friday, possibly next Sunday. Hell, we might start making this show more regular, assuming my schedule doesn't keep just, in the backside. Assuming I can keep the schedule somewhat stable. Hopefully, we can do more shows for you guys. All right, on that note, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for those who donated and super chatted. Your support keeps the show running, so Greatly appreciate that. And we will catch you, well, probably next Friday. And that, until then, you have a great weekend. Stay safe and don't do anything stupid out there. Catch you next.
We are the arbiters of this society.
Repeat after me. Liquid citizen, we must maintain a neutral carbon footprint. Repeat after me. We must eat the bugs. Repeat after me. We must eat the bugs.
This is a world that we create and manage. The people, they need to be controlled. We will give them truths, but only our truths. They are not to seek information anywhere else.
It is my job to keep order. So what you saw didn't happen. Erase everything.
You a grunt? I used to be one, and I was good at it.
I know. Things were simpler then. I have some questions.
You need to understand, we're being hunted.
By who?
Bring him to me.
This breaks the world.
Your story isn't over yet. There's still a page left.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit and I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.